celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection. Plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports, 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SacktownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
You know, something I appreciate the morning show for, Kayla, is that they take me out of my comfort zone. Shut up, computer.
I was wondering if it was mine.
No, it's me. I'm on the air right now.
It's me,
God.
Maddie.
Stupid computer. Really not nice. But this speaks to the point that I'm talking about here. So we have a TV background.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person that would show up, and it'd be like 3 hours till the show would the actual newscast would start. But I'd get everything done immediately so that I could coast into it. I want to ease into things. I want things to be done. And I worked with Kevin John, who was on the show last week. And Kevin John is a serial, he works the best at a deadline in the last minute.
Really?
That's just who he is. So we're polar opposites in that sense. But I really appreciate this morning show because I cannot possibly focus to get comfortable and get ready to go because Dave just stays in here and says things, and
he
Jason
does.
just there for moral support.
They linger. But I think it's because they like us.
They loiter. Yes.
They,
linger, loiter.
Right. I don't think they would do this on Alan's show when he was here. Now, Kyle
they
could
leave the room immediately.
Kyle could back me up, but I do feel like,
you're not going to like your answer.
Well, we'd see.
Why? If you say they'd stay here even longer?
During our crosstalk, Alan straight kicks you out.
He does. He's got
like,
very
Kayla,
mad.
Get.
One day I didn't clean my stuff up on time, and he said, Cinderella, get your stuff together and clean it up.
Wow.
Like that's the evil stepsister.
Alan is the evil stepmother of the station. Can we talk about that?
He totally is.
Alan really is.
He can pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
He can pull it off. I could never pull something off like that.
I have to ask Alan if he's ever acted in anything like a school play or anything because I think he would be really, really good at it. I think he would be really good.
I was going to say something.
Oh, no, let it fly. Come on.
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
Boo.
Nope.
I think he's short, Tim.
Yeah.
I think he's short.
I knew where she was going.
What's the Wizard of Oz?
The Munchkins? We represent.
I'm not going there.
Well, you kind of did.
I didn't.
It was heavily implied.
I didn't go there.
I didn't say it. Alan, it's her fault. I didn't do it. I'm on your side. Welcome into Matt and Kayla. I'm Matt George.
Alan, I love you.
Kayla Anderson. We'll see
She's
Alan
lying.
and Whitey at the end of the show, but that's almost 4 hours from now. So get buckled in because we've got quite the show for you. We got Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass, pressing all the buttons, running the show, making everything work as well as it possibly can when working with myself. We got lots of stuff to get to on today's show. Super Bowl ratings are out. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Kind of touched on that a little bit in crosstalk with Dave and Jason. Clint Kubiak, my head coach,
Your
the
head
leader
coach, Maddie.
that's going to bring the Raiders into maybe 500.
That's right.
But the man that's going to partner with Fernando Mendoza and hopefully be halfway decent. And he spoke about Fernando Mendoza. We'll hear from the new Raiders head coach, Clint Kubiak, in the show. I watched a lot of college basketball last night, and I never do that, Kayla, because that's where we're at. And 4 of the top 5 picks played last night, including my boy, A.J. DeBonsa.
Yes, he
and
did.
let me tell you, I am continuing to swoon
You're
over AJ.
approving him?
I'm in love.
Okay.
I am in love with
He's in
AJ
love.
DeBonsa. So we'll talk about the games that AJ, Cam, Kingston Flemings, and Caleb Wilson had last night. You came up with an idea. We're going to run through the playoff quarterbacks and talk about progressing, regress, what we're thinking about with that. We are hopeful. I don't want to say the name yet because we haven't
So we're
got
still
it.
waiting on exact confirmation.
We're still waiting on confirmation.
Gotcha.
At some point this week, we are going to have an A's player on the show.
Yes.
That A's player is one of my favorites. That A's player just signed a very nice new lucrative deal,
There's some
so
hints.
I'm going to ask him for money.
Mhm.
And he's a super nice dude, and I'm hoping for the opportunity to speak with him. He, in theory, if he's cleared to, will be joining us at 105 today.
Okay.
If not, at 105, we'll have just a general baseball conversation. Because, Kayla, truth be told, I haven't been this excited for a baseball season in a long time. And I think it's because, one, the excitement of doing a radio show during baseball season. Everyone's like, oh, summer's the worst time. But I don't know.
But we got baseball here.
We got the A's right next door. I think the A's are going to be really good. I think there's a lot of compelling things happening with the Giants, although a lot of San
agree.
Francisco Giants fans are kind of poo-pooing on their team right now.
Well, also because you've never really had a college coach take over as a manager.
But there's a lot of curiosity there.
And I love it because I know Tony
Yeah.
and I've covered Tony, and he's not going to make it boring. I'll just tell you that, Giants fans.
Wow, she's on a first-name basis with Vrabel, the Giants coach.
Kayla just knows all coaches. Well, we also might have to have an uncomfortable coach conversation, but about Doug Christie today at noon, which is our lunch break segment, which is the time for you the listener, to especially call in. You can 916-339-1140. You can also text that number, and shout out to everybody in our YouTube comment section as well. Good morning. We're gonna have a conversation about Doug Christie, and what would need to happen if it hasn't already to how bad does it need to get? We're on the 13-game losing streak right now. How bad does it need to get for him not to return next season? I don't think we're in danger of that, by the way.
Some fans think he should be in
a
danger
lot of
that.
comments that I get on the podcast or on social media, and I know that doesn't represent the entire fan base, are pretty ready to move on from Doug. And it surprises me a little bit, considering Doug is one of our own here in Sacramento, his background in Sacramento. But I've also talked about how much the young guys like him and how that works in Doug's favor. We'll have a conversation at noon about Doug Christie and where we're at with him, what it would take for him not to be the head coach going into next season, and the kind of the arguments for him, for why he should stick around. Oh, by the way, the Kings play tonight in the tankiest of tank bowls in Utah, where, Kayla, you and I might have to suit up and play.
There's
because
nobody playing.
Nobody's playing. Except for DeMar freaking DeRozan.
Yeah, let's go, DeMar.
Shout out DeMar
That's
DeRozan.
my guy. That's my guy.
DeMar says, you know what? I don't care who's tanking, who's not. I don't care how old I am. Damn it, I'm playing.
Yeah.
And if Darren Peterson had a little bit of that energy, I'd be all about it.
Same here. I know. But no, I actually respect DeMar, because it's like, what is he doing the rest of the season? What does he have to do? He has his own beliefs and what he is as a player, and that'd be weird of him to completely switch that up and be like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm gonna say, like, that's DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's, not a fit for this team right now or whatever. This team is, the year's blown up.
Yeah.
So let DeMar at least be DeMar and play in every game and be healthy.
If you're going to hold him hostage here in Sacramento, let him cook.
Let the man play. At least he likes to play basketball.
Let him cook. Although if it's the fourth quarter and the game's close and the young guys are playing well, DeMar, pass it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Russ.
Exactly.
Let Isaiah Stevens shoot it.
Well.
Or just don't have DeMar and Russ out there together.
We'll see how much run. There you go.
Right?
That's it.
Well,
right
Russ
there.
is not playing tonight.
Yeah, so we
Nail
don't
on
have
the
to
head.
worry about that.
So, question, as I derail the show before we really get started. Are you one of those, true crime freaks? Are you about that?
So
my wife is.
I feel like you're bleeding the witness with the question.
Am I about that true crime life? I used to be.
Okay.
More so than I am now, just because I don't really have time for this anymore in my career, because I just don't know how to balance, I guess, at this point in my career. Radio is a little different than TV was for me. Like, prepping for radio for 4 hours, like, to me, like, you have to pay way more attention than you do in local news, where you're just doing your teams.
Very surface level, too.
Don't you think
it's
so?
like you have a minute and a half. Very much so. It's one of the reasons why I was very excited to come to radio, because you can expand on some things. In TV, it's like, play the hits. Here's a minute and a half.
And they tell you to wrap up usually.
Yeah, and tell us. And then you're listen. Unless you're on like ESPN, on a newscast, if anybody goes long, sports pays for it.
They do.
So when weather goes long, which they always do because they're freaking weather.
That's why I have
sports
a thing against
hit.
weather sometimes.
Oh, I love weather. I love our ABC 10 meteorologist crew.
I love the meteorologists,
incredible.
but I just get annoyed by them. Not them, but the weather in general, because they get paid the most to be wrong. But, and then they take our time. No, but I love the individuals I've worked with.
Kayla hates meteorologists. You heard it here first.
No, that is not what I'm saying. But anyway, I agree with you, Matt. Like, it does take more time, though, to really talk about the things you're going to talk about on radio, because you talk for 4 hours straight. But in saying that, true crime, I used to pay a lot of attention to it. And I do once in a while, if there's a good true crime thing that pops up, I will definitely watch it.
My wife and my cousin are both like super true crime people. They listen to podcasts about this true crime stuff, and they're into these you can actually like pay to have a fake case sent to you, and you have to like be a detective and solve it with your friends and stuff like that. It's like they're into all this stuff, and it's kind of cool. I'm not smart enough to do any of this. But I've also have you ever heard of murder mystery parties?
Oh, yeah.
This is something I've always wanted to do.
That's the kind of one you're talking about in Disneyland. Or, sorry, in L.A.
Disneyland murder mystery party sounds
Who
fun.
did Mickey kill?
Who did Goofy kill?
Well, Goofy, it would 100% be Goofy.
Don't
it's
you think?
Always Goofy.
No, because in the murder mystery, it's who you think the obvious answer is never the person who does it.
But that's the thing, because Goofy's so, I'm dumb and yuck. Nope, you're a mastermind. You're a criminal mastermind, and you solved it.
He's like Rob on Traitors.
Who would be the murderer?
As Donald Duck, obviously.
No, Donald Duck is the Donald Duck. Donald Duck is the Scooby-Doo character that they swerve you with. It's like, it's so obviously you that it's not you. Donald Duck wouldn't do it.
I think Matt wants Donald Dunk to play on the Sacramento Kings.
Can Donald Dunk? Donald's got hops.
That's who I'm getting in the draft, baby. Donald Dunk.
Okay, well, let's build this out now. So is it you go around Disneyland to find clues?
Yes. So you have to. Well,
I like this.
So you enter the park, and of course, all the characters are together, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's together, and we're dancing down Main Street, and then the lights go out, and the lights come back up, and Mickey's lying on the ground in a pool of confetti because they wouldn't do blood.
This is great.
Yep.
Cinderella did it.
So Mickey's dead. Minnie is hysterical, but too over the top. So Minnie's
a suspect.
Yep, Minnie's sus for sure.
Okay, it's not going to be Minnie.
Captain Jack Sparrow's running away.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the entire Disney.
Oh yeah, it's everybody.
Snow White's involved.
Definitely going to be Mater.
Mater's a shout.
Okay.
It's definitely.
Although I feel like the
Mater's a
tire
shout.
marks would be a little obvious.
No, Mater is smart.
Chip and Dale, Dustin says.
Chip and Dale. Nah, Chip and Dale.
Not the dancers.
Chip and Dale are. What if one killed the other, but you didn't know who's dead and who is it? Ooh. Now we're.
I think that Disney needs to listen to us.
The forensic evidence comes in to tell you which one is gone.
And this could be the adult Disneyland week. Like where all the adults get
kids
to take over.
Get out.
Yeah,
we're doing a murder mystery. I have to ride the Matterhorn to find out a clue. I have to look for it really quickly.
What if you get murdered on the Matterhorn? Murdered on the Matterhorn.
Well, the Matterhorn does try to kill you.
I know.
Wendy can't ride the Matterhorn.
That ride scares me,
that
by the
ride
way.
dislocates something in me every single time I go on it. That ride sucks. What do you mean, hey now? That ride is horrible. Although if you ride the Matterhorn at nighttime, looks amazing. Just saying.
It's kind of creepy.
The worst ride at Disneyland, by the way, and this is 100% the evil layer of rides, is the Mickey's Fun Wheel, the big Ferris wheel, but the ones that move and swing. Absolutely not.
Matt, we're getting distracted. We got to solve who killed
Sorry,
Mickey
no,
here.
but everything is, so Mickey's dead, right? And you have all the usual suspects
Right.
there. Then they disperse, right? Everybody and then you have to go talk to different people. You have to ride different rides. Like you have to ride Space Mountain and look for like a clue written in the stars.
I think it's great.
It's like the
That's a
hidden
great
Mickeys.
idea.
Man, hire me, Disney. I'll make you so much money. And the crazy part is, if that was ever a thing, you know how many people would pay a lot of money to participate in that?
For
Because
sure.
this true crime stuff is nuts.
It's
people
kinda out
love
of
this.
control.
It's not just I want to solve the mystery. I want to hear a story about a gruesome murder while I'm
Right.
like in my pajamas at
Well-
night alone, where I could gruesomely be murdered.
So what's going on right now? I think what you're seeing, like in the Savannah Guthrie case, and her mom's gone missing in Tucson. By the way, I used to work in Tucson.
Yep.
And her mom was kidnapped. And so what you're seeing now is like sleuths online and like on TikTok that are trying to like solve these mysteries. Like
Yeah.
people like make money off of it,
cool.
which is wild.
I've gone down rabbit holes on YouTube of like their former, whether it's students or they worked in the field, worked as a policeman, worked as a detective, that they're experts at body language.
Yeah.
And they'll walk you through like a crime scene or something, or we already know the result because it's old, but they'll do a case study of the body cam footage that'll show like someone who's lying and faking it and how they break it all down and stuff. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I know, like, I'm way too stupid to understand anything. I would be the guy that showed up in the crime scene a minute, started touching stuff. Like, what is this? But why is there a chalk outline?
You can't touch
on
all
the
that
ground?
stuff, Matt. That's evidence.
Yeah, I would.
Stop.
I'm
You can't
useless
touch that.
when
That's Chip or Dale's body.
No.
God.
Chip, I tell you, Chip or Dale, look out for them. Mater's a shout, though. Mater 100%.
Mater's-
He's
yeah.
got the hook built in.
Good.
Mater's at
really
bare
good.
minimum at least an accomplice because
I
he's
agree.
way too innocent. You'd never
I don't know.
expect
I think
He's the
I think Tinkerbell could be unassuming.
it. Ooh, Tink.
Tinkerbell.
And she's sneaky. She gets away.
Yeah.
She's
Pin
got
it
an
on-
attitude, too.
She's got a real bad
She got an
attitude.
attitude. I started
she
watching.
reminds me of myself a little bit sometimes.
You are the Tinkerbell of Sacktown Sports. 100%.
She's going to pin it on Captain Hook.
And I
No,
would do that.
See, that's the thing.
I would pin it on
all
someone.
the villains would get thrown under the bus, but there's going to be a villain that's like, you're the reason why we solved the mystery because you're the biggest help. Like Ursula. Shout out Ursula.
Oh.
She covers a lot of.
I like.
She covers
how
a lot of
about,
ground.
Sebastian? I think he'd help.
crab?
I think the crab would help.
I don't know. He might be
solve it.
distracting.
I need a little fun in my life while I'm solving a murder. I need him to like sing the songs and stuff while I'm.
You want an experience.
Dun, dun, dun,
It's
dun,
a
dun,
musical
dun, dun,
murder
dun,
mystery.
dun, 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 dun.
Where's the body? Under the tarp.
Sorry, people are probably like, did I tune into
Listen.
some other station today?
Listen.
What are we talking about?
You
Sorry,
combine
folks.
Disney with murder mystery, and that's what you. But murder mystery parties sound fun as hell, and I've seen
I think
people
they
like
are,
if you're children, listen to the sentence and don't react like children. If you're into role playing.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it's genuine. Like, you can do these murder mystery parties where everybody dresses up like they're from the 1930s or whatever, or 1920s or whatever, and you do these fun little. Those are great, man.
They are fun.
I love stuff like
I like
that.
dressing up like in the 20s era.
I want to know
fun
who
era.
killed Mickey at Disneyland. That I would pay so much money
I mean,
to
we all
participate.
gave ideas. We should put it out to a poll.
I've been, and I think Orlando does this. I've been a big fan of one night a year or one night a month or whatever. Disney does they're open all night and they do a villain takeover.
Ooh.
Have the villains take over the park.
Don't
Matt
they do
needs
that
to
for
work
like?
for Disneyland?
They'll do like Halloween stuff. It's kind of like that, but I mean like.
Don't
like
they
in
do
the-
it for like kids senior nights stuff for like high
well,
schoolers?
sober grad night and stuff like that. But screw them. What do they do? Graduate high
Graduate
school?
high
Good. Whatever. So did I. Where's mine?
Exactly. We need an adult night.
What was your sober grad night? Did you have one?
Yeah, we did. We had one at in our gym. We invited all these like different. We had like a money tank where you could sit in and grab as much money as you
Your
wanted.
sober grad night was at your gymnasium. At
Yeah,
your school?
there was like all these like games that they brought in.
Matt,
There
I
was,
don't know
like,
if you
a
know
bouncy
this,
house.
but back in the day, that's how they all were.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What is it? What was it for you?
Mine, we drove down to San Francisco and got on a ferry boat or whatever, and we just did a cruise around San Francisco for the night.
Well, we all
on a party boat.
We also went to Lake Coeur d'Alene,
Coeur
and
d'Alene?
it's a big, huge lake up there that now all the celebrities have houses on. But when it was not that, it was like beautiful, but then they all took it over. Anyway, we went on it. They have these big boats that you can rent and they go on the lake. We had that as well as our senior night, but I'm not going to say that didn't have things involved in it. Now, not that they allowed that, but people did sneak stuff in.
By the way, that reason is why they don't do them in the gymnasiums anymore, because kids would then leave and then do things they weren't supposed to.
We couldn't leave our gym.
And then,
They wouldn't let us.
Well, you've already told the story of you jumping over a barbed wire fence at a
I've
party,
got plenty
so
more of
I
those
don't know.
to come, so.
Kayla Anderson, sounds like Kayla Anderson was a troublemaker in high school,
was.
let me tell you.
Yeah,
Kyle, what was your sober grad night? What did
ours
you do?
was Disneyland, but I didn't go.
Oh, well.
What do you mean you didn't go?
So
Didn't want to go.
Why?
Because it was a whole weekend.
Disneyland gets shut down for you.
Kyle.
That's dope.
Well, okay, no.
And it's not free, but your parents pay for it.
It's not free, but here's the other thing that happens in the modern age. You're going to Disneyland, but so are 100 other high schools that are running it at the exact same time
love
as you.
that
But
kind
it's
of
just
stuff.
all you and your peers, man. It's not the lines aren't that bad.
I will say this. I should have done more stuff at the end of high school than I did, but I don't regret missing that one.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's like when we went to Mazatlan for our senior trip. Now, that's a story for another day that we can share on there.
In high school?
Of course.
Is that a thing?
I'm from Spokane. Again.
Like,
called
but it
Spokane.
wasn't organized through the school. It was organized
no, it was
through.
organized through whatever you do your senior trips through.
It's a different era, Matt, too.
I'm trying to. Okay, now.
Thanks, Kyle.
See, this is parent brain trying to figure out the logistics of how do a bunch of 18-year-olds get down to Mazatlan.
Oh, that's right.
What do you mean? You 18, you've got cars.
Yeah, 18. We're legal to do drinking down there.
Well, wait.
Drinking coconut water, I mean.
Yeah.
Coconut water.
Purely just virgin drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like,
pina
I know
coladas.
there's certain states where 18 is the legal age, but that was not my guess for Washington in the 2000s.
Well, my friends, we have lost the plot.
The murderer got away.
Yeah, the murderer
It
did.
did.
Oh, yeah, we would for sure.
Yeah.
We would for sure not
lose
catch.
him.
Kylito says Winnie the Pooh, blood honey. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh could do it. Winnie the Pooh would
He
poison
would just
something.
sit on someone.
No, Piglet. Piglet's for sure in on it.
Yeah.
But Piglet's like Piglet. If you press Piglet enough, Piglet will squeal.
That's true.
Like
It's a good.
you just got to interrogate.
Piglet will say something. Very nice.
Thank you. Glad you got it.
But I think you guys maybe are missing it. Do you know about the Winnie the Pooh
Yes,
blood and
the
honey
horror,
thing?
The horror
Yes.
movie that is Winnie the Pooh. Yes, I've not seen it, but
Well,
I
there's
love the
3 of
concept.
them now, but yes.
Huh?
There's
Okay,
3 of them.
that's ridiculous.
That's amazing.
So, just for reference for people who don't know, the IPs ran out on Winnie the Pooh from Disney. So, a smaller film company created a horror movie based around the plot of Winnie the Pooh, and the first one was very popular, and the other 2 have not been. But they called it Winnie the Pooh: Blood and Honey.
Goodness.
From I'm just guessing LA Locks. I don't know. Goofy clearly killed Mickey. He got tired of being the laughing gag of the crew and show. See?
Great plot.
There's a reason. Because you always have to find out why, who, what, and why, and what. What is the weapon?
Yeah.
Like, what would
There's
Goofy
plenty
have
of
used?
weapons at Disneyland.
Z. Eris on the chat says Pinocchio. The FBI can't catch him because he's not a real person.
I'm a real boy.
But Pinocchio can't, obvious. I'm catching you
Pinocchio could
immediately.
kill some people with that nose.
What a sentence. What would the murder weapon be? It would 100% be like I used one of the fireworks from the fireworks show and I just right through the.
Well, think about characters, what they carry around, though. A lot of them have accessories. Think about their
What
accessories.
does Goofy carry?
His shoe? His huge.
His shoe is going to kill Mickey?
Yeah, take off your shoe, knock him on the head.
I think someone would see Goofy clubbing Mickey to death with a shoe. I don't think that's subtle enough.
Pinocchio, his nose, I'm telling you.
But that's too obvious.
Yeah, and we'd catch him right away. Did you do it, Pinocchio? No. All right, cool, great. Murder solved.
Or he could go get a nose job and no one would know.
Well, you think he would?
It is L.A. It is L.A. There's plenty of places, I'm sure. Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
There. The Bippity Boppity Boutique. It's by the castle. It's where you go and you can pay $1,000 to have your kid get their hair done.
Oh,
and
so sorry. I don't know that, Matt.
How dare
I'm
you?
Sorry.
And for boys, it's like princes. They give you a shield and a sword and slick your hair back and are like, hey, here's $1,000.
$1,000 later.
Yeah, well, hey. Listen, I took my son to Disneyland multiple times, and whatever he wants, he gets. Because at Disneyland,
that's very true.
Smart financial decisions don't matter because the mouse already took all my money, so might as well give him everything I have left. 101 Dalmatians or 101 motives. Yeah. See,
I like it.
The comment section's in on this.
The comment section is awesome.
Disney murder mystery.
Yeah.
Who killed Mickey with what weapon in what part of the park?
Yeah.
Goofy killed Mickey in Adventureland.
Mater was the getaway car.
With Mater's hook, and then they peeled off together.
Perfect.
There you go.
Selling it to Disneyland.
Disney.
Or are we going to get sued?
Yes.
Why?
Likely. They'll take the idea and sue us.
Oh.
Because that's our idea.
At the very least, SNL should make this a bit.
It'd be great.
I would have way too much fun solving a mystery at Disneyland.
You would. I'd actually do it.
People
and I'm
say-
not even the biggest Disneyland person.
You like to run, though, right?
Yeah.
Would you
and do hot yoga.
Do you do the marathon? Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, I do the Disneyland marathon.
Disney
I do
marathons?
a half at this point. But
Look, I hate running. The idea of running around Disneyland and being cheered on by
Mascots?
people, mascots and everything sounds fun, but then when I'm running and I'm miserable and I'm like, oh my God, I know how far it is from Adventureland to freaking Tomorrowland.
You could punch them too if you wanted.
Huh?
You could punch the mascots if you got frustrated on your run.
What?
I don't know.
Kayla, your
mascots are like so much easier to just take out your like frustration on.
I'm concerned. First off, Jackson Hayes just got a suspension for that, for shoulder checking G Wiz.
Also, G Wiz is suing.
Good on G Wiz. Sue him.
G-Wiz.
Secondly, your first impulse is violence a lot. I'm picking up on this. You said I'm going to hit a turkey with a golf club or a goose or whatever with a golf club.
Don't mess with me.
And you just said,
that's all I gotta say.
If you're running the Disney marathon and you get tired, just punch poo. Okay?
Look, I've been through a lot in my life, so I'm a very, very tough lady.
Chief of Wolverines. Jesus, Kayla. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a tough lady. I might not look tough. Don't underestimate
At some
me.
point, Kayla is going to hit me on this show.
I'd like to do a celebrity boxing match.
And
okay?
Against who? Who would you want to fight?
I don't know. Another person my size. I'm not that big.
No, I need a name.
Oh, Alan.
Oh, yeah. I'd take you down.
I think he's short, Tim. I think he's short.
I couldn't. I actually do like Alan, so that wouldn't work because I needed somebody. Oh, maybe a former maybe somebody former that I didn't like in my past.
Like a colleague?
Yeah.
Or like an athlete?
You guys know my background.
I do?
I think I know what she's talking about, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't, but
Let's
I'm
just
not
say
going
there's
to.
a person I know.
I'm not going to ask on the air.
Say a person I know.
I don't, but I'm
All
not.
right?
Anyway, really quick,
sorry,
Super Bowl averaged 124.9 million viewers, which is short of last year's 127.7 million. That's average viewers. So a little bit of a down Super Bowl ratings-wise this year over last year, which I'm not super surprised by based off of the teams that were in it. It snapped a 4 Super Bowl streak of audience increases. Bad Bunny's halftime show averaged 128.2 million viewers, which is the 4th most all-time behind Kendrick Lamar last year, 133.5. Michael Jackson, 133.4. Can we talk about Michael Jackson holding up still to this day?
MJ, I don't remember. When was that?
It was Rose Bowl, wasn't it?
But what year was that? Because I don't
I think
remember.
93.
See, and I wish I was alive,
Either way,
obviously, but I wish I would have seen that and like appreciated
just
that.
speaks to MJ's greatness. That's held up. That's number
Yeah, it's
2.
incredible.
That got passed finally last year.
That's nuts.
And that's how. And the year before, the number 3, by the way, is Usher, 129.3.
Yeah,
So
which
3
you
out of
saw.
yes, I saw live. 3 out of the 4 are over the last 3 years, and the 4th one is from decades ago, which is
that's wild.
Pretty nuts. The legacy of MJ. All right, the murder mystery with Disneyland is behind us, although I'm sure it's going to come up later in the show. When we come back, Clint Kubiak, the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, he spoke to the media yesterday. We'll hear what he had to say on Fernando Mendoza, plus talked a little bit about the future of Max Crosby. Raider Nation, tune in. This is Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
What's cracking? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, tell us what's happening for Ram Truck Month.
Well, there's no better time to get a Ram than Ram Truck Month. Right now, save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs. Or save big when you take advantage of the $7,000 Hoblet discount and get 0% financing for 60 months. You'll save thousands in finance charges on top of the huge Hoblet discount.
Yeah, I can't even believe 0% financing is an option at the moment.
It's not an easy thing to find nowadays, but we're always looking to help you save money. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, you can save big on your perfect Ram. At Hoblet, we focus on you and helping you get the Ram you need.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 8,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,000 select inventory bonus cash on select inventory, 1,000 SFS bonus cash, must finance through Stellantis, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. 5% net savings, see dealer for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Join Sacktown Sports downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In Shape Fitness Kings Rally towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
It's Carmichael Dave wanting you to join Capital Casino every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. in a safe, friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hagen Oaks knows you can buy a driver off the shelf anywhere, but Hagen Oaks is the only place where you'll find total game fitting. The Hagen Oaks TrackMan-powered player performance studio fits clubs to your swing. King's Ballnamic Ball Fitter finds your optimum golf ball. The putter fitting studio makes you a better putter, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds your correct fit. In fact, Hagen Oaks will fit you from head to toe with equipment and apparel to make you the player you want to be. It's total game fitting, and it's only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Listen, I don't get starstruck very often, but I'm a little starstruck right now because, truth be told, I've been listening to this station forever. I used to work for this station in the past. Sure. Now I host a show on this station, which in so many ways is so cool and surreal. But JR has been a caller on this station forever, and he always makes me laugh. He called in to Dave and Jason this morning. Once again, made me laugh. And JR is calling in right now. So this is a real treat. And I have a feeling it has to do with murder mysteries in Disneyland. JR, how are you, my friend?
Hey.
Thanks for calling in.
What's up, good friends? First of all, Kayla, you could take Whitey. He's old. His knees are bad. He has a bad spleen. I mean, he'd be an easy 30 seconds and he'd be done.
That'd be so hard for me to do, though, because he's such a great person.
I know, he's too nice to punch.
Oh, you don't really know him yet then.
Okay.
You don't know.
Okay.
You gotta get little details that'll make you angry and you'll get the vicious blood in your system.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay, and as far Minnie's involved with this thing. She's such a little tramp running around the stage with a little red dress on. You know it. She's probably doing Goofy, for God's sakes. Yeah, she's involved.
Is she just an accomplice? There's no way she did it, though, right? Because that's too easy to connect. But she's like the one that maybe she hired whoever did it to like, hey, take Mickey out. I'm tired of this relationship.
Yeah, like
Chip and Dale are involved too somehow.
Oh, Chip and Dale.
You gotta get Chip and Dale. Yeah, they're spooky looking.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is a great show. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much. All right, JR is coming with us to Disneyland when we do our murder mystery party there. Here's the thing, we just don't tell Disney. We just don't tell Disney, and then we tell whoever's in the Mickey suit, hey, just lay down right now.
We have to do that in our business sometime, like ask for forgiveness,
oh,
right?
yeah,
like,
forget it's not
do
permission.
it and then do it and ask for permission or forgiveness later kind of thing. So I agree with that.
That's definitely
awesome.
how you go to jail.
Well,
breaking into Disney.
I have been in cuffs before, so.
Huh?
Well, that's for another day.
All right. Well, Kayla,
No.
We can't derail the show.
Yes,
like
we can't.
this.
You can't just drop. I've been in cuffs before. Okay, let's listen to Clint frickin' Kubiak.
No one's gonna listen to me anymore on the show because they're gonna think that I'm just.
I
want to
listen to you more now. Okay, give us
for another day.
No.
Yep, sorry.
Was it a police officer putting you in handcuffs? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Okay, I didn't like that was a question, but it is a good question.
Oh, that is funny. I didn't even think about that. Yes, it was a police officer. I was in the back of a cop car.
Kayla, we can't go. Oh, great. Thanks, Kayla. Anyway, what did Clint Kubiak say about playing with Fernando Mendoza? No.
Let's just say this.
I mean, we can do that.
Real quick, let's just say this. It was one of those stupid things when I was a youngster and I was in my rebellious stage. Again, very good in school, straight A student,
like a week
pretty
ago?
much. Yeah, about a week ago.
That happened last week?
Exactly, about a week ago. And let's just say we did a little running from the cops again.
The thing is, Matt, there's going to be like 8 of these stories.
I know, there
I
are.
ran from the cops this time.
And here's the thing. I am a Raiders fan. I am excited about what my new head coach said.
I should be a Raiders fan.
But hey, that's a stereotype.
There's a segue.
That's a stereotype, and that's not nice. I am less interested.
Segue, Kayla.
I am less interested about what my new head coach said than why Kayla was in the back of a cop car.
I can't tell that on air. I will give you guys the full story off air.
But that's not fair to them. I'm team listener.
I told you a little bit of the specifics. Let's just say it ended in a parking lot, and I got let go, but I was in the back of a cop car.
In a parking lot.
Correct. I remember, too, what it was. It was like Safeway or something like that.
Roddy, story time with Kayla needs to be a regular segment. I agree.
They would get me off the air so quick.
I would love you'll go down in a blaze of glory, though, let me tell you.
That's true.
I've never been more curious. And I'm the type of person that, like, Netflix makes their shows for me in the sense that they end an episode with like the biggest cliffhanger. So it's like, well, I'm not going to bed. It's 2 a.m. and now I gotta know.
Thing.
And then they pay it off in the first 10 minutes of the next episode.
Right.
What am I gonna do? Stop there? No, I gotta keep going.
Well,
that's made for me.
Wait for my book to come out. That's gonna come out here in about 10 years.
Anything
and then y'all can read about everything in my career.
Anything she writes in that book that's about me is not true.
Actually, this might be the best chapter of the entire thing.
Unless it's
that
nice.
and in Columbus, yeah.
You're saying Sacramento or specifically right now?
Well, the people I work with.
Aw.
And that's not a lie.
Aw.
Yeah, them and you guys in Columbus.
All right, well.
The stars of my show.
Damn, but Montana just catching strays
I liked
here.
Montana too. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Montana was great.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'll segue out of this, even though I want to know more, but I won't press. Clint Kubiak, the newest head coach of the Raiders. I say newest because you just
he's the sixth since they became the Las Vegas Raiders.
Bro, you just never know,
He's
man.
the sixth in the last 4 years.
I know, it's nuts.
I look forward to this press conference again next year for whoever's not really. I'm hoping. I'm very much excited about Clint Kubiak. I like the young hire. I like the new hire. Of course, he's coming off of winning a Super Bowl as the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks, and he spoke about being partnered, or he was asked about likely number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza.
Saw him play the national championship game. I saw the interviews he's given after those games and how team oriented he is. But I look forward to getting to know the player better. But obviously a really talented guy with a bright future, and we'll see where he ends up. But we got a lot of work to do to get to know him before that time comes.
Okay, so honestly, genuinely, I didn't listen to any of this press conference. This is my first time.
Okay, because I listened to the whole entire presser.
Okay, so you're going to have the informed. I'm going to be listening to
this
for the first
approach.
time. And I'm already annoyed about his coach speak.
Okay.
We'll see where he goes. Shut the hell up, Clint. You know he's going to be talk about your boy.
Yeah.
I took this job because I get to coach Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, Matt and Raiders fans out there, if you're listening, I have unfortunately had to listen to a lot of these introductory coaching press conferences.
Tennessee.
A lot of them. And part of my job in the offseason was breaking them down and what we liked, what we didn't like. And there's this stupid cliche of who won the press conference?
Oh, yeah.
How do you win the press conference?
Yep.
That's a whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so many times I remember myself being like, oh, yeah, that guy nailed the press conference or he won the press conference. And a lot of the times it was because they came out and they were kind of like overly energetic or kind of did too much. It was like an overemphasized, like almost like movie, before your eyes. They're like putting on not a facade, but just maybe not who they really are.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say about Kubiak is he came out with the opposite energy. I was like, bro, are you going to be able to rally a team? Because he was pretty much like the flat the entire time. And not saying it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it was missing like the energy element to it. But I think that's just because that's Kubiak. And he's like, I'm not going to get on this podium and be somebody I'm not. And that's actually the part I do like about him, as weird as that sounds.
He's true to himself,
just who
authentic,
he is.
which is good.
Yeah, and some of the stuff was coach speak, but that's just because they're coaches.
But that's an art form. Like,
right.
It's a requirement.
But I think I flipped the way that I look at pressers now for introductory coaches, because I used to go for the energy and, he's got the, the rah-rah.
Right.
Now I'm like, I don't know if that's actually the right way.
Yeah, if you're too over the top. Like Dan Campbell was when he did the biting kneecaps, like that was authentic to him.
Sure.
But not everybody can be a psychopath like Dan Campbell. And I mean that in a very endearing way. I love Dan Campbell. We're just dipping our feet into this Clint Kubiak conversation. We only listened to one clip. We got more to listen to, more of Kayla's reactions to it, plus my reactions as a Raider fan hearing it for the first time. That's coming up next. Don't worry, we'll pay all this off, Raider fans. And then I'm excited to talk about my guy, AJ DeBonsa, to start the 11 o'clock hour. We're just getting rolling here. It's Matt and Kayla. Who killed Mickey on Sacktown Sports?
Maybe it was me.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Sacramento Kings are bringing fans one of the best ticket deals of the season. Now through February 16th, get tickets to any Kings game with no fees. Catch must-see matchups against the Warriors, Spurs, Bulls, and more, plus fun theme nights like Girls Night Out, Y2K Night, and Slamson's birthday. And you won't want to miss your chance to see your favorite Kings players take the court, like exciting rookies Maxime Renault and Neat Clifford. Head to kings.com/no fees today and grab tickets to any game with no added fees.
Coach Christie here for Folsom Lake Ford, letting you know the President's Day Sell-a-thon is on. And with your approved credit, get 0% financing plus 0 down on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford today. FolsomLakeFord.com. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mami, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6 to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Listener audience,
I told you I'd tell you.
I'm on your side with the curiosity, and I hate when people come back to a show, especially a radio show, it's like, oh, they had a conversation off the air that you weren't a part of, and you want to know, and they say they can't tell you. Out of respect for Kayla, I cannot tell you this story, but let me just say, we got a good one in Kayla Anderson on this show, let me tell you. Boy.
I understand why you can't.
Entertained.
Oh, no, 100%. 100%.
And by the way, I am not a bad person.
No, it's not that bad. It's not what you think. Yeah. She didn't murder Mickey.
No.
She didn't kill Mickey.
No.
She is not the reason that she's not the culprit in this murder mystery party.
Absolutely not.
Although
Also,
you would be really good as one of those murderers in those parties.
That'd be fun.
Like, we're all mature enough to know that, like, just getting put in handcuffs doesn't make you a bad person.
No. I mean, maybe it does.
I mean, unless, you know.
I didn't do anything that bad, okay? Gosh.
She did.
It
wasn't that bad.
A misunderstanding.
It wasn't that bad. But look, I'm the most.
Misunderstanding is not the word I would use.
Yeah, it wasn't really a misunderstanding. You're not getting the bailout on that. I will say this. I am the most boring freaking person on the planet because so many people have fun stories like that. When I was a kid, I did it.
I don't know. I feel like you have your own like uniqueness in terms of your stories.
What? I didn't do anything.
Well, but you have funny stories.
I mean, but like you have D&D nights.
Yeah.
He said that in a patronizing way. I didn't like that. You have your D&D nights. Kayla was in the back of a cop car because she's cool. You roll math rocks. with your friends, loser. It's true. I didn't have my first drink until I was 21. Actually, that's kind of not true. I accidentally, when I was a kid.
That's what you're supposed to be, 21.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
I took a swig of, I thought it was sparkling cider, but it was champagne at a New Year's party when I was
Matt.
11. Oh, I reacted.
Matt.
I was like, ah!
You're like, what is this? Oh, by the way, Martinelli's apple cider. Chef's kiss.
Yep. We have to have
love that
multiple
stuff.
bottles of that in the house.
I know.
Big fan.
Now they have all the different flavors too,
I know.
which I enjoy.
Very good.
Because I like sparkling.
Yeah.
So
no, it was extremely boring. Extremely boring.
That's okay.
Growing up. Goody two
I
shoes
got
kid,
your back.
loser. Listeners, comment section, you'll be shocked to know I was a loser in high school.
But look at you now.
Oh my God, I'm such a loser. How
Look
did
at
I
you
get a
now.
woman to
Look
marry
at
me
me
now? Wearing.
Someone says, "Is this Sacktown Sports or Las Vegas Sports Radio?"
Listen.
Las Vegas Sports
We're
Radio.
probably going to Vegas for Summer League this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to go out with you.
Again, this was me when I was in like high school.
I don't know. You've told us your Vegas story too.
That was me when I was like 23.
Tony Parker.
When you're 23, that's like 3 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say that's barely any time ago, number one. And number two, again, over the last week, your impulse reaction twice has been to either punch the mascot or hit a goose with a golf club. And I don't know, like Vegas.
Punch Winnie the Pooh for no reason.
So let's just say, look, we might do our radio show from Las Vegas during Summer League.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If, let's say, we're doing Monday through Friday, right? Just hypothetically. It won't be that. But let's say,
Yeah.
so Monday's show is our first show in Vegas. We'll do a normal show.
Yeah.
If I come on the air Tuesday and I'm solo.
See, that is where I am not that, because I am extremely professional when it comes to my job.
I don't mean that. I just mean if Kayla punched a mascot.
No, I'm not
reason.
doing any of that now. I lived and learned.
Before we get too far away, can we also just laugh at Matt saying, back then I was a loser, and look at me now while he's decked out in Sacramento Kings gear?
Look at me now.
In the midst
Look
of
at
the
me now.
longest losing streak in his lifetime.
Listen, I didn't say.
It's okay.
I didn't say I improved.
He's a
God, I'm
true
such a
fan.
loser. How did I get a woman to marry me? I didn't say
He's
I
a
was.
true fan,
I didn't
and
say
I
was
respect that.
going in the right direction. I just you are what you are. All right, Clint Kubiak, help make the Raiders not
Speaking
be
of losers.
Speaking of losers, the Raiders, another one of my teams. Clint Kubiak talks about the tape never lying.
It's our silent tape. It's nothing that we say, it's what we do on the field, and it's what the silent tape speaks about our team, how physical we are, our effort, all the little things that win that have nothing to do with scheme.
Okay.
We need to keep a silent tape tracker after every game. It's like, well, what does the silent tape say, Kubiak?
Yeah, because there was a lot of questions asked in this presser by the Raiders media that had to do with scheme. Like, what is your offensive scheme going to be like? What kind of defensive scheme do you want to run? Because he obviously has to hire his staff now. And his answers, and I get it. I get part of it. Like, you're not going to sit here and give everything away right now either. But all of his answers were pretty, basic in terms of how he answered them.
Sure.
And, we let the tape do the talking type of thing. So you didn't really get a lot from him on, what this team is going to actually look like.
Well, I'm curious about this because one of the things that frustrated me the most about this past Raider season, there were a long list of things, but I didn't feel the Raiders really used Ashton Genty correctly, period.
Yeah.
Sometimes they flat out just refuse to give him
their
the football.
line was so bad,
Right,
Matt.
but you still can give him the ball. I mean, you don't want to get him
Sure.
killed, but you can still give him the ball. You used a first-round pick on him, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Clint Kubiak talking about Ashton Genty and the Raiders offense.
Very excited about his talent, but the thing I would tell him and all his teammates is that it's not just about one guy. We got to get the line on the same page. We got to get our quarterback to get the right run checks. We got to get our receivers to go block for him. As soon as our players can realize, that it's a team thing, it's not an individual thing, we're going to be successful. I know we have those type of guys in our building right now.
I'm sorry, this is giving me PTSD of my TV days when it's like you go to a press conference and it's just coach speak the entire time. It's like there's nothing really to draw from this because of how they speak. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Like,
What did that's what I told you.
Ashton Genty's really talented, but everybody's important. Thanks, coach.
This is pretty much what he was like throughout the presser. So, yes, again, did it jump off the page? But again, I've said these guys win pressers. I've said that before, and then they don't end up being the right dude. So maybe I'm just taking the opposite approach and hoping it works out for Raiders fans like you. But it was kind of like flatline the whole way. And you're right. He didn't get into much detail. But again, he doesn't even have his staff in place yet. So it's like you can't really do much in terms of giving away details or knowing exactly everything right now.
Look, I'm playing it up for radio too, just because it's fun. Ultimately, what matters is can he win football games and can he turn this organization around? It doesn't matter what he says or how he says it really. At this point, words are meaningless. It's all about actions. But would it kill you to have a little charisma? Give me a little charisma. Give me a little spice.
It just wasn't, and that's the one thing that wasn't there. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't know how to get a team behind him.
Yeah.
Turns out you got to just say you're biting kneecaps or sound like a complete idiot like Sirianni did.
Yeah, that's true. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to pick him apart too much, but the charisma part, it was missing a little bit.
Well, one of the major storylines for the Raiders this summer is what do they do with Max Crosby? Mad Max. That's a guy with plenty of charisma, let me tell you. But it sounds like bridges were not necessarily fully burned, but maybe pushed over or rocked a little bit with how last season ended and asking Max Crosby to sit those final 2 weeks so the Raiders could secure the number one overall pick. Here's Clint Kubiak talking about the future of Max Crosby.
You've spoken to Max Crosby, and is he a guy you could see anchoring your defense here for years to come?
I did. I got to drink a cup of coffee with Max this morning. Love talking ball with him, and look forward to continuing those conversations. I think he was the first one in here this morning working out, so that fired me up.
That's good.
That's because despite all the reports from the Super Bowl, I know Jay Glazer was the original one to report that on some of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that Max was completely done with the Raiders, like he didn't want to have anything to do with them, but he's like in there working out right now.
Yep.
I find that a little weird that if he didn't want anything to do with them, that he's in there working out right now.
At least Clint gave us something there, which is he was the first guy he met with.
I know.
That's important.
That's not
to me.
nothing, and that doesn't show me that Max is already 2 feet out the door.
Right. I don't know if that's going to stop anything from happening in terms of Max moving on or getting traded or requesting a trade or anything like that, but at least there's conversations happening, and right away you're meeting with, as of now, still your franchise guy on this team. So, hey, that ain't nothing.
Yeah. Well, like Brandon Ayuk, he wasn't in the building. No. Like he was 2 feet out the door and then he was out the door.
He was driving past it really fast.
It's like if Max was that frustrated, and I'm sure he has been frustrated with the organization, but he still, I feel like, would love to represent the team that drafted him. But it's just about, hey, does he believe in this coach? Getting coffee's a first step.
Well, the Clint Kubiak era has begun in Las Vegas with the Raiders, and I am very much hoping that we will be beginning the A.J. DeBonsa era in Sacramento very, very soon. A.J. put on a show last night. I watched the entire game. Love what I saw out of A.J. Plus Cam Boozer, Kingston Flemings, and Caleb Wilson all were in action last night too. I'm not going to compare all of them to A.J.'s game because that's not fair, but some concerns and some things I liked from everybody. We'll talk about that, plus the most ideal prospect for the Sacramento Kings, if we could build that prospect for the Kings in this year's draft. We're jumping into Kings talk. Coming up next, it's Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Valentine's Day is coming, and here at Madison Avenue Florist, we have all the favorites. Over 60 variety of roses alone. We've been on the corner of College Oak and Madison for 40 years. Voted Best of Sacramento. Come on in, we'll show you why. Order now and mention this ad and get 10% off any order over $80. Order early for the best selection and delivery options. Madison Avenue Florist, for when the moments matter. MadisonAvenueFlorist.net.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Gift. Surprise them with live country music and dancing. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center and Hilton Sacramento. For more info, visit CITPFest.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports, 1140.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Before we get into the Kings talk, I'm excited to share that tomorrow at 1:05, shortstop for the A's. I almost said West Sacramento A's.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's not. It's just the A's, the Athletics. Jacob Wilson will join us on the show.
Big get.
Big fan of Jacob.
Let's go.
All-star.
I had the opportunity to cover him last year. I actually tried to help him find a baseball. He hit his first career home run, first major league home run against the Cubs in their opening series in West Sacramento at Sutter Health Park. And I don't think the staffer who grabbed the ball realized that it was his first home run, and he threw it into the crowd. And so some fan left with that first home run ball. And that's the thing in baseball. If you you keep those. And so we looked for it, and I did a story on it for ABC 10 to try and help him find the baseball.
Cool.
I don't think we found it, unfortunately.
You didn't find it ever?
But we tried. And Jacob is such a he's unbelievably humble, and I look forward to talking to him about the healthy, fun competition between himself and Nick Kurtz, because Jacob was like, oh, he's 100% the AL Rookie of the Year.
Sure.
And then Nick came in and was like, hold my beer, I'm going to smash 1,000 home runs.
Because they were some of the top vote getters.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he won it. But
I'm very excited about A's baseball this year. Jacob's a big part of it. And again, Jacob Wilson, after signing a big contract this offseason too, so Jacob's going to buy us something.
I'm going to ask him, what's the first thing you bought with your new contract?
And what can you buy me?
Ooh, I can't wait.
Jacob's going to join us at 1:05 tomorrow. A's shortstop Jacob Wilson. Looking forward to that. Right now it's time for some Kings talk.
Let's go.
I spent a lot of time last night watching college basketball, but before we get into what I saw from AJ DeBonsa, who I absolutely love, plus the others, we had 3 or 4 of our top 5 projected picks in action last night. Javier is on the line and wants to talk a little bit about Scott Perry. What's up, Javier?
Perry.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. So this comes obviously with a sound of disrespect, but it's just the truth. You guys say that with what's happened this season and we're going to look towards 26, 27 and, the lack of, promise the Kings have. Let's just put the real right on the table here, is that this franchise, what I think, Mr. George, you even stated with the Russell Westbrook, the DeMar DeRozan, the Zach LaVine acquisition, this has Vivek Randive's hands all over it. To the Scott Perry hiring, Vivek Randive's hands all over it, figuratively in every which way. If Scott Perry and Doug Christie were free agents in 2025 or 2026 as people looking for jobs, what team in the NBA is hiring them in their respective roles for Sacramento Kings? And that's an absolute goose egg. 0 organizations are hiring them. Monty McNair has an advisor role for the LA Clippers right now, right when he got let go from the Kings. Mike Brown is the head coach of the New York Knicks. Right when he got let go from the Sacramento Kings, he was already in contention for a job the last summer we just had the hiring after the NBA season concluded. It doesn't matter who the Kings are going to target. what players are going to draft. They don't have NBA competent front office and coaches that have success by the means of other organizations that would truly think that these two people could put them in position to win. Are things better now with Doug Christie not as a lead assistant and or an assistant with Mike Brown at the threshold of their coaching staff than they are when they had him? No.
Javier, thanks for the call. Appreciate the passion. No, a lot of Kings fans feel the same way. I agree with the Doug Christie thing in terms of I don't think Doug gets a job anywhere else.
Scott Perry, I
totally
would disagree with.
Yeah, Scott Perry is very well respected around the league.
Yeah.
Would he be a general manager right now anywhere else? I don't know necessarily. I think Scott Perry would work in another front office if he wanted to. He was approached for this job, and this is kind of to Javier's point. Like the Kings were very adamant. Vivek was very adamant. He wanted Scott Perry. And they had a relationship from when Scott Perry had a cup of coffee here when he was one of the assistant GMs to Vlade Divac back in the day before he became the GM, of the New York Knicks, which is a pretty big job. So Perry, that's one of the things I loved about the Perry hiring was, and speaking of like winning press conferences, is they finally went in the realm of experience. They finally went with someone who's well respected around the league,
Who's
has great
drafted,
has great relationships with not just players and coaches, but with other general managers who are not just going to be able to take advantage of him, with agents. That's a big thing too as a general manager in today's NBA. So I disagree with Javier that Perry would not have a job or anything like that. Doug Christie though, I hear what he's saying. Exactly. I don't think Doug Christie would have been a head coach anywhere else, and I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No.
It's just the reality of the situation. The Kings very much handpicked and developed Doug for this position, and the jury's still out. We'll talk about at noon on whether or not he deserves to keep the position and if it's going to work out long term.
Let me get in on this real quick, and then we'll get to these maybe future Sacramento Kings. I liked the call, Javier, first and foremost, because a lot of people are frustrated with the past, and the past does show right now still what is the present.
Yep.
And that is discombobulation. It's the lack of respect for the Kings around the NBA. I mean, they are dissed left and right. And now that I'm in it, I see it more than ever. And, that eventually has to change too, because he's exactly right. I mean, of course, no one's going to go probably hire Doug if he gets let go here in the next 2 years. And again, we don't know any of that stuff yet because Scott Perry is also understanding that he is learning also how to develop these players on the job and seeing if they can grow together as a team.
He basically said he's not even thinking about it right now.
Exactly. So we don't know the timeline on Doug Christie yet. But Scott Perry, you're absolutely right. He would probably get hired somewhere else.
If he wanted to.
But I think that, he's going to be able to accomplish this. It might take a couple of years. It might take even more to get respect around the league. But I feel like at least you have a guy for once that has the background that isn't coming in here because of a favor or because, we think that he's a former King and we want him to be a part of the organization. With Doug, yes, that is part of the situation right now. We don't know how that's going to unfold. But with Scott, I think Scott's different.
I think that's the scary part about this hiring, too, is if we get to a point where, once again, however many years it is, whether it's in the rebuild or after success or whatever, ownership, Vivek gets over-involved again and doesn't listen to Scott and goes in a different direction from Scott, and it results in Scott's time here in Sacramento ending. If he's going to do this to Scott, one of the very well-respected guys in the league. Look, is Scott Perry the best general manager in the league? No. We know this.
Right.
But he's extremely well-respected around the league in a ton of league circles. Very well-respected. He's qualified, beyond qualified for this job. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If Vivek doesn't listen to him, then this problem is going to exist forever. Now, if Scott Perry loses his job 4 or 5 years from now, which I hope does not happen, of course, because he missed on some draft picks and the Kings rebuild didn't go well, he tried some things and failed, that's a different conversation. That you can bring someone else in and then try something new. And again, hopefully we don't deal with that.
Yeah.
But I think this is the true test for this fan base of you brought in a guy that is established enough in the league and respected enough in the league to be able to go to ownership and go, if I'm taking this job, we're doing it my way, and you're going to listen to me, or I'm not doing this. I don't have to do this. Scott Perry doesn't need this job. He's fine. He wants it. He wants to be the guy to turn this around, but he didn't need to do this. So that's going to be the interesting test in this. But I appreciate Javier's call, and I appreciate the passion, because I know a lot of Kings fans feel that way. Again, especially about Doug, which we'll talk about at length at the lunch break hour, 12 o'clock, because I think that's going to spark a lot of conversations.
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about it right now.
People feel very passionately about Doug Christie as a coach, and it's hard to separate Doug Christie, the player and the legend that he is in Sacramento for the glory years, with what he's doing as a head coach. And is he the right guy for the rebuild? Is he the right guy for the job, period? How do we assess how this season has gone? He owns the 13-game losing streak, whether he likes it or not. Could be 14 tonight after the Kings play the Utah Jazz. So there's a lot there to unpack. But let's focus on positive things first, Kayla.
All right,
because
let's do it.
I typically do not watch college basketball until March Madness.
Okay.
I typically don't, because I'm in the thick of it.
You're not in a college market either. Like,
not really.
You know what I'm saying? You've got Sac State.
Sac State, UC Davis hoops, men's and women's. I'll pay attention to that.
UC Davis went to the tournament 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
But I'm saying, like, it's not like the heart of the SEC or the heart of the Pac-12 anymore.
When we're in the thick of Kings season, for me, it's Kings all the time.
Yeah.
And it's my career has been built off of it, plus my obsession as a fan. Like, it's just Kings all the time. And sometimes when I don't have to watch Kings basketball on a night like last night, I go, I don't want to talk and watch basketball, period.
Sure,
even
you
if
want
it's
to watch
good.
Traders.
But last night, I watched AJ DeBonsa put on a show for BYU.
It's good to hear.
Went off versus Baylor. 36 points, 7 assists, 14 of 20 from the field, also had 5 rebounds and a steal. And I'm watching AJ DeBonsa, and there absolutely is an argument, and we saw when they played against each other, that Darren Peterson is the better star talent.
More athletic.
Well, I don't know about athletic, but
I guess
it could be pretty even. Regardless, Darren Peterson is looked at like that's the scorer star, potential star in this draft.
He's more fun to watch.
Right. AJ seems to be more of they're all rookies, so they're all projects to some extent, but AJ certainly has like an element of like there's a project to his game.
Yes, there is.
But I'm watching last night's game, and all I'm picturing is AJ DeBonsa and Keegan Murray playing together. And this is important because while the Kings aren't basing all of their decisions off of who fits next to Keegan Murray, of course they're not doing that. But I'm thinking of how games complement each other.
Sure.
Keegan Murray is the best defender on the Kings, really high-level defender in the NBA. Offensively, we've been waiting for him to catch up. It's like, and he's shown little flashes.
Three? Can he shoot that three?
We're waiting. And it's just not necessarily there. AJ, to me, is a longer, like if we're doing comps, I'm not saying he's going to have the same career. A longer Kawhi Leonard, a longer Jaylen Brown. Pieces, guys that Sacramento would have loved to have had for years.
Right.
I think, again, I'm not directly comparing this, but we do these NBA comps with his mid-range game, and AJ loves to live in the mid-range. With how long he is, how good of comfortable he is in the mid-range. He has a bit of Kevin Durant to that mid-range game. Again, pump the brakes, everybody. I'm not saying he's going to be any of those three players. So don't get mad at me or excited about that. I'm just saying what I'm watching him, and in real time I'm going, wow, that looked like Jaylen Brown. Wow, that looked like Kawhi. Wow, that looked like Kevin Durant. And all I'm thinking is you have a pairing where AJ DeBonsa is your long, athletic, star, offensively gifted wing who is solid defensively. Like AJ will be expected to be a two-way player. He has to play on both ends. Keegan is your star-level defensive player, or hopefully, in an ideal world, who offensively you need his game to catch up a little bit.
But we don't know that yet,
right,
if it's going to develop to that.
Exactly. But my point is, I know or I believe when I'm looking at AJ, the offense is there.
Yeah.
The offense is there. Unlike Keegan, the offense isn't there yet.
Sure.
But I know for Keegan, the defense is there.
I get what you're saying.
And AJ, the defense isn't there yet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of this pairing of size, length, and athleticism on the perimeter that's interchangeable. 3-4, 2-3, 4-5, even if you're going super small. Like versatility on the wing, and AJ is that scoring punch in addition to the defense. I adore the idea of AJ DeBonsa here in Sacramento.
It's not a bad idea, and I know that it's not the right now eye-catching, fun watching Darren Peterson when he's actually out on the court type of prospect.
Yeah,
they're a little different. Clearly, I like it, and I think Scott Perry might like that. because they want, and they've said this with even things like the DeAndre Hunter trade, which again, this might not work out with DeAndre Hunter here, maybe a depth piece, but they do really believe and like to have the length and size. And this is a prospect that could continue to grow with the organization and be built, not necessarily around him, but he could be a big key piece.
Yeah.
The other part,
but he
too,
would, like you said, you fit him with a guy like Keegan Murray, who you're still trying to believe is a part of your future as well. And that would make for some trouble for some of these teams to go up against, no doubt.
Yeah. Keegan's the most surefire piece of your foundation that you have.
Right now.
With Darren Peterson, the thing is, Darren Peterson is probably the most talented player in this draft.
But I don't even know if I want to build around that guy right now.
And we had that conversation in depth yesterday, and we'll talk about that more, I'm sure, as time goes on. But if you're just talking pure talent and just going, Matt, the Kings just need to take the best talent available if they're number one overall, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Like, I hear that argument completely. But I'm also thinking of like where the league is going, where the league is at.
Yeah.
And now Darren Peterson isn't small by any means. He's 6'5", 6'6". Like he's a taller scoring guard, which is good. But this league is highly valuing versatile forwards.
Yep.
Guys that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", that can dribble the basketball, that can score, that can defend at a high level on the perimeter where most of the game is being played because of that length, because of that quickness. AJ, to me, is the perfect type of project for this team to take on right now, who has a tremendous amount of upside on both sides of the floor. The offensive game is already there to where you could easily look at AJ DeBonsa as one of your leading scorers, if not your leading scorer next year, if you want to give him that green light, because you're probably not going to be very good. And again, you pair him next to Keegan on the perimeter. Defensively, I think you finally have a versatile, formidable front line defensively with Dylan Cardwell behind you, to where defensively it's like, okay, now there's a semblance of something here to where, and DeAndre Hunter is probably going to be back next year. We'll see how he mixes in. There's size and length here to where, in theory, Doug Christie now has something that he can mold into a defense. And if Doug can't, now we're going to look at Doug more than we're going to look at the players, because now you finally have the pieces, right?
That's a good point. Like, it's Scott's job to get the pieces to Doug.
Yeah.
And then for Doug to then show, hey, I'm progressing with these really good pieces now.
Right.
If you add someone like AJ, and then you have a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse anymore to be like, I have all these guards that don't play defense.
I put my hand up because I also admit that I look at AJ DeBonsa through the lens of watching the Beam team and what they were lacking for so many years and going, there it is.
That's fair.
There it is.
Yeah.
And the Beam team's over. Like, the Kings are restarting.
Yeah.
And again, if they think Darren Peterson is like, there's nobody better, he's the star, he's a bucket, he's going to be our leading scorer, he's going to be one of the leading scorers in the NBA for years to come, even if AJ's there, then take Darren. Like, I trust them to make that decision. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of AJ DeBonsa is everything I've been asking for from the Sacramento Kings for years, or has the potential to be, as much as I know from college basketball and the draft process.
One more thing on that, and then Kyle, I know you wanted to chime in real quick too, but somebody, I had heard them the other day, there was like, well, we're kind of scared that, AJ DeBonsa could be like a Jonathan Kuminga that's kind of so raw that maybe he doesn't ever
100%
develop to what we need him to develop into. And I get that part of it too. I think AJ has a little bit more coming out of BYU right now in terms of belief, but I do get that argument.
The other part with DeBonsa specifically is like, okay, he's one or two, right? It's him and Peterson in some way, shape, or form.
We think.
Cam
Boozer might be too.
We can't say that 100%.
Sure.
Cam Boozer might be too.
It could be also, but like in some way, shape, or form, they'll be at the top of the draft. So it's like, in some of these cases, you can't be picky, right? It's like, if you get the number 2 pick and Peterson's number 1, it's like, well,
AJ,
now we're building around a 6'9" wing, and that's what you're going to have to do, because you just got lucky enough to be in a position to get one of those guys. Also, I feel like they should try to teach him to ball handle a little bit more. That's the only other thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. If you're going to be a scoring option to the level that they need you to be as a star, you have to be able to handle the basketball. I mean, that's the idea. I think there is a lot of raw to AJ's game, but like, you have been looking for that, and time is now on your side.
It is on your side more so than ever.
If you want to just get in the gym, get in the lab, and work with him and let him try some things like that, he seems like the right type of project to take at the right time.
He also seems to me like the guy that would, again, we're going to know more about these guys in the draft process.
Sure.
But he seems like the guy that's going to go into the lab and work every day.
I would hope
and
so.
And again, right now, that's my only difference between Peterson and him, that my gut tells me that DeBonza is a little bit more of the lab worker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's in there every day.
A little more married to the game.
Yeah.
A lot of people bring up Caleb Wilson.
Sure.
Too, as another
Yeah.
wing option. I know a lot of people are infatuated with Caleb Wilson's game. We had our own Chris Watkins on.
Yep.
Chris watched Caleb Wilson play in person when they were at Cal a handful of weeks ago. Chris gave our assessment of Caleb. He was impressed by some things, not totally impressed by others. I've watched a little bit of Caleb. It's not fair, again, to compare AJ to Caleb just based off of last game because AJ had one of his best games of the season.
Sure.
And Caleb did not. Like, the UNC lost to Miami.
Yeah, 75-66.
Yeah, it wasn't. And Miami dominated for
Sure.
a lot of that game. 12 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 6 rebounds, did have 3 blocks. And so I watch AJ, and I'm, again, comparing to what does that look like next to Keegan. Because Keegan, to me, is the only surefire piece that I believe is going to be a part of this Kings future. He's the only one. He's not your number one, period. He's not even your number 2, I think we've learned at this point. But the only piece that I know is going to be a part of the foundation, I want to see I want to compare to the prospects that are potentially being brought in next to him, especially when those prospects are potential wing partners on the perimeter. To me, Caleb Wilson is another version of Keegan, where the defense is a little more refined, a little more established than AJ. The offense is a question. Caleb has had some really good offensive performances. I think Caleb has the potential to be more of an offensive star or player than Keegan Murray does.
Sure.
But I wonder if in the first couple of years, while you're trying to get those two together, you run into the same problems of two guys that are very gifted defensively, but neither of them you're looking at as a number 1 or number 2 offensive option. Versus AJ, it's like, there's my number 1 offensive option, and there's the length defensively. Does that make sense?
No, it makes complete sense, and that's why you have to really, again, Scott Perry, I think he has the hardest job in the NBA right now, like as a GM, hands down, with everything, getting rid of contracts to trying to make sure he gets the exact fit right here. And look, Caleb Wilson, I'll give you the points really quick. He's averaging 20.7, right?
Yep.
The field goal percentage 61.2, 3-point percentage is 31.6, but he has 10.1 rebounds he's averaging per game, right?
Yes.
So you're right. Like, you can't really completely go first into somebody like this unless you have to, because you kind of need to know that the scoring is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. I think he plays a little bit more of we're sure of him as the defensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're also rolling the dice on Keegan Murray to start hitting these threes, like we've been asking for that for a couple of years. So you got to kind of make sure you're pairing at least with a more offensive guy right now in terms of consistency with points.
Let's play this game just for comparison's sake, just so we understand. What did you say per game Caleb is averaging?
Points wise?
Yeah.
20.7.
Keegan Murray, his final season at Iowa before he was drafted, averaged 23.5.
Okay.
What about 3-point percentage?
3-point percentage is at 31.6.
Yikes, yeah. Keegan was 39%. And we know he came into the NBA shooting really, really well. But the rebounds, Caleb is a better rebounder than Keegan. Right. But Keegan's a pretty darn good rebounder too. You can absolutely talk me into if the Kings end up with a 4th pick.
That's what I'm saying.
And Caleb Wilson's the guy.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that front court pairing.
Right.
But I also kind of feel the same way about it as I do about Keegan and DeAndre Hunter right now, which is I see the defensive vision. Offensively, who's getting you the bucket out of those? Are they trading off? You need a consistent. Again, the Kings are star hunting. You need a guy that is going to be the bucket getter for you on a nightly basis. I don't know if Caleb Wilson is that. I don't know anything. It's college basketball, for God's sake. But based off of what I've seen, I feel more confident in AJ doing that while also providing the defense versus Caleb doing that while providing some really good defense.
Yeah, and you had mentioned, DeAndre Hunter, who is, if he's here, which I think he will be, he'll be more of a depth piece probably. But he came in, off of a bad shooting year, and his 3-point percentage has gone down as well. And we all saw him struggle the first couple games in Sacramento with his shots. Not saying that's going to be a thing, but we can't just keep betting too on these guys are going to start hitting shots eventually. But this is the I guess the
eventually
dice
is now.
You roll with some of these young players, though. You're right. Will that transition offensively over to the NBA with some of these guys?
Yeah. there's no more eventually either. Eventually is now. The Kings are looking for their new number one offensive star now. So Keegan, if it ain't you, it ain't you.
Exactly.
Caleb, if it ain't you. AJ, if it ain't you. Darren, if it ain't you. Like, we don't know. But that's what the Kings are looking for. They're looking for, I know Doug's always going to talk defense.
Yeah.
And both Caleb and AJ give you a lot to like on the defensive end. But also, Doug has to know I need a number one scoring option here, even if DeMar and Zach are still on the team, because we know DeMar and Zach ain't going to be part of the team. They ain't going to be on the other side of this rebound.
Nobody's complaining about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's defense when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's getting buckets at all three levels.
But SGA is also a damn good defender.
He's a pretty good defender.
He's a damn good defender.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people in the comment section going, Matt, you're crazy. Caleb's a bucket. I've seen he's had explosive games. And again, I'm not just trying to combine last night's game to last night's game because one had a better performance than the other. Right. I can't pick and choose single instances to support my argument. I'm not going to try and do that. But when this is just me. When I watch them play, I see Caleb being less of the offensively gifted star with the defense than I do AJ, but that's just me. I could be totally wrong. I'm not a guy that should be building mock drafts. I'm certainly not an NBA scout. I have an infatuation for AJ DeBonsa, so I'm a little skewed in that sense. But that's why I lean more AJ right now, and I think the rest of the league does too, because AJ's mocked as like 1, 2, 3. Caleb's in that 4, 5 range.
That's what that's the thing too. Like, there's a reason why AJ has been talked about more than Caleb. I know that Caleb's gained some ground too, but there's a lot more smarter people that are breaking down film every single day between all of these prospects that would still say that AJ probably is more of that threat.
Also, more often than not, your 4 or 5 range is your Stephon Castles, your Amon Thompsons, your Keegan Murrays, guys who are great NBA players but are not franchise carriers.
Yeah, and we don't know where the Kings are going to end up too. Look, if Caleb Wilson is a Sacramento King, you're certainly not going to see me being disappointed. I'll be excited, but I would be over the moon if AJ DeBonsa is wearing a Sacramento Kings jersey, let me tell you. Also, real quick, Cam Boozer had a double-double versus Pittsburgh last night, 17 points, 10 rebounds, only took 9 shots, turned the ball over 4 times, blocked a shot. His touch around the rim is really good. I just wanted to see more domination against a bad opponent like Pitt. Like, Pitt's not good this year, and it felt like Cam was kind of going through the motions just from what I saw because it wasn't that big of a game. Cam is coming off of a monster performance a handful of games ago, so it's like I know he can do it. But Cam has always felt more like that, the most NBA ready.
The safe pick?
Not necessarily safe.
Because that's what I've heard him referred to as.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I view him like it's like that NBA ready prospect that if the Pacers get him next year, look out because they're plugging him immediately into a team that's going to be competitive.
But that's more of a safe pick because they know that they just kind of have what they have already. Like the ceiling isn't as high as some of these other guys that are a little more raw.
And then there's Kingston Flemings, who has been the exciting guard.
He's been exciting.
Out of Houston. He's kind of in that 4 or 5 range. I know a lot of Kings fans have been infatuated with him. He did not play well. They played Utah the other night. And I wonder, since the Kings are in Utah, I wonder if anybody went out and checked out that game since they were playing.
I would think they probably did.
But, well, they didn't see the best of games from Kingston Flemings. 4 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block. I'm glad on a good offensive night that he made impacts in other ways. Played 29 minutes, only turned the ball over 1 time, which is fine. It wasn't his night. That's okay. I'm not making all my judgments based off of that, but Kingston Flemings played as well. I want AJ DeBonsa as of right now. I'm sure that'll change a billion times, or maybe it won't between now and draft night. But I watched AJ play last night, and it did not help my impatience. Let me tell you that.
It's going to be fun. I'm telling you this. Now that we're going to get to really focus on college for a couple months now, it's going to be fun to really break down some of these prospects. So I'm looking forward to it. Before
the NBA draft is the NFL draft,
yes.
And we're going to switch gears to NFL because we're going to look at all the playoff quarterbacks. Regress, progress. This is an idea that you came up with, Kayla. I'll let you explain more of it when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection. Plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
What if the greatest player on the court wasn't who you expected? This February, experience heart, hustle, and a whole new kind of hero in Sony's GOAT, the animated sports adventure for the whole family. Only in theaters February 13th, rated PG.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season has come to an end, but as we know, the NFL is year-round. Basketball, NBA has done a really good job to get close to year-round as well, but the NFL is year-round. And trust me, even though we know or we believe the Raiders are going to go Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick, we'll still have plenty of NFL draft coverage that will start to pick up as the draft gets closer and closer. Of course, what are the San Francisco 49ers going to do in the draft? That's going to be really interesting. So we got a lot of NFL draft stuff coming for you here on Matt and Kayla in the months to come between now and the draft. But, Kayla, we just saw a hodgepodge of quarterback performances in the playoffs. A playoff that was dominated by defense.
Yeah.
For being completely honest with you. You came up with this idea or this conversation that we want to hash out about the playoff quarterbacks. Why don't you take it away?
That's right. I think this will be a fun segment, and we don't have to really explain a ton because we've got a lot of quarterbacks to get through, but I'm curious as always, people that watch on the YouTube chat, it's always fun for them to chime in. I know listeners, you can play along in your car because I always do this. If I'm in my car and they bring up topics like this, I want to play along.
Of course.
And so hopefully you can do that. It's pretty simple. These are the playoff quarterbacks from this past season. I'm curious if you think they're going to regress, so take a step back, or they're going to progress.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start it off with the 49ers quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant, not any longer, Brock Purdy.
Boy. Is it a cop-out to say I think he'll progress just by staying healthy?
No, that's fine.
Like, I just hope he doesn't have the in and out inconsistent season that he had. And with the weapons that he has, and hopefully they will add on to it, I don't think the progression is going to be massive, but I think he will stay healthy and therefore progress, be better with the amount of money that they're paying him. So yeah, I'll go more positive.
Okay.
I'll go progress for Brock.
Kyle.
I'll go regress just because, one, he was actually really good in the games that he played this year. If you look at him statistically, two, I have no idea who he's throwing to next year.
That's a good point.
George Kittle's out.
That's a good point.
Brandon Ayuk's gone.
Did you see George Kittle's targeting a week 1 return too, by the way?
That's Kittle for you, but I just don't know how much his body has left as it is, but good for him.
Fred Warner tried to do. I mean, these guys are freaks, man. They're just so incredible.
I'll say this: if Purdy can go 20 touchdowns next year, 9 games. So if he can go 40 touchdowns with Tonjes and Pearsall, I'll give him all the credit in the world.
Tonjes wasn't too bad for him.
All right, let's go to the next one because I didn't even think he'd be back this year, but he announced at the NFL Honors that he would be back after accepting his MVP award. Mr. Matthew Stafford. Is he going to regress or progress? Because he's going to be a year older.
Well, he's regressing because unless he's winning the MVP again and doing even better than when he won the MVP, yeah, he's regressing. He's getting a little bit older. I still think the Rams will be good, but I think, he'll regress.
Yeah, it's going to be regress. Although, remember when his back was like completely busted in training camp and somehow he still won MVP? Imagine how good it'll be if his back isn't broken.
That's what's so crazy to me. He always comes into seasons with some sort of an injury, whether it be his shoulder or his back. And then he shuts me down because I always say he's not going to be able to do it again. And then boom, he does it again.
Do you remember when he had that recovery pod thing in the parking lot? Whoever sells those things has got to be doing an ad campaign for that.
I would think so. All right, next quarterback, regress or progress for not Super Bowl champion, but he got there in his second year, Drake May.
I think he'll regress. I don't see the same thing that Jake, who joined us earlier this week on Monday, he of course is a Patriots fan. He thinks Drake is the guy. I think Drake's a good quarterback. I think they jumped a few rungs up the ladder, and I'm spooked a little bit by what happened to the Washington Commanders. So I think there'll be maybe a little bit of regression.
Okay, so it has to be regression in my mind because unless he's going to win the MVP almost unanimously, I mean, he led the league in passer rating, he led the league in QBR, he was great this year. But I feel like the answer to this question is just whether you actually believe Drake May is a future top quarterback of the NFL.
I looked at it.
And the answer to that is I have no idea.
Sure. All right. Justin Herbert. And look, let me real quick say this about Justin Herbert. At some point, he's got to get over the mountaintop because we keep giving him opportunities, and I know he's a heck of a quarterback. But, win. It's like the Josh Allen situation, but he can't even get as far as Josh Allen. So is Justin Herbert with an okay wrist or whatever he broke this next season going to stay healthy and progress, or is he going to regress?
I'll say progress. From a storyline standpoint of the AFC West is now wide open because the Chiefs aren't what they used to be. I know the Broncos are good, but they're not that good. The Raiders, and I'm a Raider fan.
The
Raiders. Even unless Fernando is the god that we believe he will be. I think there's a wide open opportunity right now for Herbert to win the AFC West and progress in that way. So I'll say that. But to your point, if he doesn't do it this year, it's when are you going to do it?
And he has Mike McDonald now.
True.
Kyle?
McDaniel.
God, enough with the M's. I can't handle the M's.
Mike Max.
And the Mikes.
That's
Mike
hiring
McDaniel.
Mikes.
Excuse me.
Sacramento Mountain Lion, Mike McDaniel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Famously was a coach on one of those teams.
Did not know that.
Progress from a statistical standpoint because of improved offensive line and obviously Coach Mike coming in with his vape, but they will not advance any farther because he plays for a franchise that is doomed to be cursed for the rest of time.
The Chargers. I know that's not really a thing. Okay, next up. Whoa, this one's weird, guys. I don't know what to think about this. CJ Stroud had one of the most incredible rookie seasons for the Houston Texans. And then it just has gone downhill real fast. I don't know if it's a mental thing because I think the tools are still there. Regress or progress because he's made the playoffs all 3 years.
I'm going to say progress, and it doesn't have to be significant, but look, the defense is there. It's behind you. Just look at what Sam Darnold did and try and replicate that. So I think he'll progress, but it's not going to be astronomical.
Can I just say, gress? Because,
plateau.
Part of the word, yeah.
Just plateau.
They still have their draft pick still, but they're not changing anything. It's the same coordinator. It's the same receivers. It's the same terrible offensive line. Nothing is changing right now for the Texans.
Yeah, I get it. All right, moving on. We got Bo Nix. What could have been if he just didn't break whatever he broke on that kneel or whatever it was.
And that's why I think he'll progress, because he beat Josh Allen. Like, I know, of course, he's got the defense behind him, but that defense ain't going anywhere. And Bo Nix is still young, so you figure he's going to continue to get better.
And he's got Sean Payton.
And he's got yeah, I think he's going to progress.
First of all, Bo Nix is like 26. He's not that young.
He's young by NFL experience
Kyle.
standards, though.
He's older than Trey Lance. That's all I'm saying.
Just because you're younger than him.
But he's talented.
All I'm saying is there's not much more progression for Bo Nix to make. I think this is what Bo Nix is, and he's in a situation where that can go deeper into the playoffs, but there's nothing in my mind for him to progress to. He's never going to be a top 5 or 10 quarterback in the NFL, and that's fine. He's got a Hall of Fame coach that believes in him, so I'm just going to say regress just because there's not much to progress to.
Okay, well, this guy has proven me wrong this year at least. Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, but he still is one of those, like, he's risky.
Yeah.
And I feel like can he limit the risk of him as a quarterback? Because if he can't, I don't know if that ever progresses.
And that in line is where the progression comes from, because we've seen he's a superstar in that fourth quarter to make those big plays that maybe only he can make.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes-esque type, like when we talked about who takes the torch from Patrick Mahomes now type thing, and if the NFL's picking a guy and he probably has the best argument at that point, and it's because of the sensational stuff that he can do in the fourth quarter and those amazing throws. But what about quarter 1 through 3? Like, can you just be a little more steady and consistent through 4 quarters of a game and not have to always rely on the heroics late? So I think he will progress in that sense as he gets older and a little bit wiser.
I'm on team progress for like the exact opposite reasons of Bo Nix, which is like all the talent in the world is there. All the talent is there for him to explode.
All right, we're going with Bryce Young next. Y'all, it's a mixed bag for me. I have no clue what to think about Bryce Young. Like,
are they going to give him a contract extension because he's eligible this
year?
Again,
no idea what they're doing down there.
I mean, history would just say regress, right? Just because of but I'll go pro. I'm on Team Young, progress.
Okay.
I like him.
All right.
I'm just, I don't know, optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Him and Tet McMillan, another year.
Tet's good, man.
I'm
going
to go tentative progress. Like, they have cap space and they have work to do, but if they do those things, they'll progress.
All right, I got 4 more left on the board. I know we're running out of time. Trevor Lawrence.
Regress.
Yep. Jalen Hurts.
Regress.
I don't know, buddy. I'll say progress because this year was pretty bad.
All right, Aaron Rodgers probably won't play.
Regress, please. Regress to your car and drive off.
Yeah, see ya.
Regress to your wife that doesn't exist.
Exactly. Go retire. I don't think she does, by the way. And Josh Allen.
I think Josh Allen is a lot better of a player and a lot bigger of a star than he showed this year. I think the Bills have to be back, not will be back. They have to be back. And I believe Josh Allen is the star that will put them on his back to get there. So I will say progress. But
I know what he'll say.
I know what he's going to say. But all the pressure, there's no one bringing more pressure into the NFL season next year than Josh Allen.
I'm going to pick whichever route leads to them losing to Kansas City for a 5th time in the playoffs.
So regress?
Well, it's on
got to make it first.
It's on his general manager. That's the only thing. It's just we know what he is. He's just as good as he's going to go as far in the playoffs as the team you put around him.
All right, well that is progression and regression.
That was fun.
The correct answer is Fernando Mendoza progresses above everybody else.
Of course. Oh, and by the way, Cam Ward did not make the playoffs, but I think he'll progress.
Yes.
Some were asking about him. So
yes.
That's my boy.
Cam Ward.
Him and Braves.
Yep.
Listen, I'm really interested in what they look like with Saleh.
I know I am too.
I'm really interested. And I think it's because, like, you say you spend enough time with someone that they just start to affect you.
Yeah.
I think that your Titan background is starting to just...
Is it affecting you?
It is. Like, I'm
curious.
so curious. And the coaching hire with the ties to Saleh that we have in this area.
There's a lot of ties to the Niners
it's like,
in there now.
I'm really curious about the Titans.
I know.
So we're going to have Kayla updating us about the Titans next season, me being obnoxious and overreacting to any little thing, positive or negative, that the Raiders do.
Yeah.
Hey, man, is it the fall yet? Is it August, September? Wait, September? Is that when it starts? September. Is it September yet? Can't wait. Cannot wait. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's time to pick a side. Kyle's got topics for us. Will we argue? I don't know, but hopefully you enjoy it. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sacktown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not gonna do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Kohl's gets it. Valentine's Day comes with expectations, grand expectations, telepathic expectations, and heart-shaped everything expectations. Yes, even waffles. Kohl's has gifts that rise to the occasion, from romantic to playful, sparkly to sweet, or all of the above. Plus, get 15% off some of your finds. So go ahead, exceed those Valentine's Day expectations with Kohl's. Select styles, offer ends February 16th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. The Sacramento Kings are bringing fans one of the best ticket deals of the season. Now through February 16th, get tickets to any Kings game with no fees. Catch must-see matchups against the Warriors, Spurs, Bulls, and more, plus fun theme nights like Girls Night Out, Y2K Night, and Slamson's birthday. And you won't want to miss your chance to see your favorite Kings players take the court. like exciting rookies Maxime Reynaud and Nick Clifford. Head to kings.com/no fees today and grab tickets to any game with no added fees.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mommy, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6A to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sacktown Sports 1140.
We appreciate you listening to us right now at 11:48, almost the middle of the day on Wednesday, February 11th. But we highly encourage you to tune in at 1:05 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, February 12th, because A's all-star shortstop Jacob Wilson will be joining us on the show. Again, that's at 1:05 tomorrow. Very excited to speak to Jacob as baseball season is right around the corner, and we're going to talk a lot of baseball coming up at 1 o'clock because I am very, very excited for baseball. I haven't been this excited about baseball season in a while, and I'm just trying to check the expectations a little bit. But, of course, the A's, there's a lot of excitement there with the A's and the offense and what I expect. We could have playoff baseball here in Sacramento this year. It's a legitimate possibility.
I'm crossing my fingers.
We got to win the AL West to do that.
We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. And then the Giants I'm very curious about as well, of course, in San Francisco. So a lot of baseball talk coming up for you at 1 o'clock today. Jacob Wilson from the A's joins us at 1:05 tomorrow. But right now, guys, it is time to pick a side.
Let's go.
Pick a side, round 3 for this week. First of all, Kayla sent us this story about a Montana linebacker. His name is Solomon Taliapupu, I want to say.
Popo? Poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Yeah. Taliapupu, who is going to be returning to college football next year for a 9th season of eligibility.
9 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be a 9th year senior next year.
How old is he?
Unclear, but he graduated high school earlier than me.
That's wild.
He had season-ending injuries at USC for a bunch of years. 1 year he was I think a red shirt.
Yeah.
But 9 seasons in college football. So our first pick aside, should college football players be granted more than just 1 year of eligibility?
I am going to go with
example. I will say, yes, they should be granted more than an extra year because, look, situations happen, injuries happen, and you don't want time to be taken away and just be an ultimatum of, sorry, man, like, it is what it is type thing. If these players are, like, so many of these players, too, are never going to play again after this. Like, this is the pinnacle for them. And if they aren't cheating the system and abusing the system to make sure that they can play at 26, 27 years old, then I'm good with it. If injuries happen, red shirt, we had all the fallout from the COVID eligibility.
Which is now done, by the way.
Which is over.
That's over.
But that was a mess in itself. Like, I don't think opportunities should be taken away from players if they truly meet the parameters for it, I suppose. This is a very extreme example, though. I think 9 years is maybe a little bit too crazy.
I don't know if I'd want to come back
I know,
after that
how do you,
long.
like, you're just Your grandpa to everybody on the team. You're as old as the coach, damn near.
You really are.
It's time for you to get a job.
True.
You're not going to believe this, guys. I do disagree on this only because we've learned now just how important it is, the experience and the age in college football has been. Indiana just won a national championship with a team that was basically all 3-star guys that had 5 and 6 years of eligibility because of the COVID season. Diego Pavia was the example you mentioned. Goes from junior college to New Mexico State to Vanderbilt, but he had enough years of eligibility, and the JUCO thing is why he stuck around so long. But it's like he had
that's
enough.
a good point.
Yeah, he had enough years of eligibility to stick around to become a Heisman Trophy finalist. The one I always think is funny is Stetson Bennett being a 2-time champion quarterback.
Jeez, he never went away, did he?
No, well, eventually something happened with him that we don't know about, but the reason why he got to that point was just he was a walk-on and then a red shirt and then the COVID year. He just stuck around for so long that eventually he got, shocker, better at college football because he was playing for so long. So this thing actually matters, and it is actually the COVID year thing actually messed with kind of the champions and the results in college football for a while.
Okay. So you disagree, right?
Yeah, no, I think we gotta put limits on it. I mean, not for red shirts and injuries and stuff like that, but like the COVID year and the JUCO thing, that we gotta figure it out kind of situation.
All right, next up on Pick a Side is?
Yeah, so number 2, today is the Seahawks Super Bowl parade. And Seattle Public Schools have decided to stay open today with no excused absences. Fair or foul?
Lame. Very lame. Look, this is a pretty sensational moment for your city. Pretty crazy thing. I'm also the kind of person now, by the time my son's pretty much old enough to do this, the A's will be gone. I'm all for like taking your kid out of school on opening day of baseball if it's a day game. Like these are things that are supposed to be celebrated. Something I know education is important, don't get me wrong, but some moments I think go beyond that a little bit. Like we can have snow days for God's sake. We can have a day off for President's Day or whatever that. Give them the day off so that they can go and celebrate their football team, the city's football team. Winning it all, winning one of the biggest events, if not the biggest event in sports. Dumb. Shame on Seattle. I get it, but
no, it's
lame.
foul. It's as foul as you can get. It's as foul as like someone's, stinky armpits, like whatever you want to say. This is so stupid, Seattle. You're a great sports market. You're a great sports town. You present yourself as that. You say you're that. I see how many days my nephews get off that don't even make sense, including Friday.
That, true.
So, are you kidding me? This
true.
is part of the culture of the city, and you're not going to give the kids the day off? Like, get out of here.
What is the deal with like weekly minimum days now
I don't
in
know.
school? My son has them like Wednesday. Everybody gets off early. My wife's a teacher and she'll have days like, there's just no students today. I still have to go to work, but there's no students. I'm like, why?
I know. I don't know because I had none of that stuff.
What the hell happened? Where was that for us?
It was supposed to be for the teachers. Also, I got it.
Yeah, because you were at school last week.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I disagree with you guys, because I grew up in a household where you never missed school. I think I missed 2 days of school my entire high school time.
Either.
But Matt's walked away.
But I'm missing it for the Seahawks to have a parade.
Oh, yeah, no, skip school, sure. The fact that the school district should tell you that you could, if your parents are cool and want to take you out of school, that's fine. If you want to ditch school, that's fine. The fact that the school district has to make it a holiday for everyone in Seattle public schools, I think is silly.
All right, one more to get to.
Wet blanket.
Speaking of wet blanket.
All right, wet blanket. Are you team rain or team snow?
Oh, I'm team rain all the way. I love rainy days.
Really?
I love rainy days. Yes, I love days like this.
Maybe you should go to Seattle and experience
I don't know if I'd like it all the time, but I love like rain outside. Like I will open up windows and like if it's raining on a weekend, I'll try and do everything in my power to get my wife and kid out of the house. I'll open up windows and I'll take a nap.
Man.
Rainy days, I love rainy days.
I don't like rain. It's annoying to me. It's depressing to me. Snow, at least you can go play in it. You can eat it. You can sled in it. I grew up with tons of snow.
Play in the rain.
I don't really love it now all the time. No, playing in the rain, and my hair gets frizzy now because my hair's curly now that I'm older, and so this is about me. And it's
fair.
It's the fact that it makes my hair frizzy, so I
That's
don't
fair.
like the rain.
No, that's honestly the best argument.
Right.
That's genuinely the best argument.
It's about me. It's my preference.
Snow can literally block you in.
I love that.
I cannot leave my home because there's a wall of snow outside my house.
Which has happened to me before, by the way.
Yeah, never.
I'm on Team Kayla only because, guys, I had never seen snow in my entire life until like 2 months ago when I went to visit my brother in Chicago. And guys, it's the most magical thing ever. Imagine like a child's eyes at seeing snow for the first time. That was me 2 months ago. It was the greatest thing ever.
It's because you are a child.
That's true.
When we come back, it is lunch break, and I think you guys are going to want to be involved in this conversation. Kings fans, get ready to call
I'm
in.
excited.
916-339-1140. We're talking about Doug Christie, his job security, how bad would things have to get for him to lose his job, the case for maybe why he should stick around through next year. We'll try and talk our way through it. Will Doug Christie be the head coach of the Sacramento Kings going forward? Should he be the head coach of the Sacramento Kings going forward? It's coming up next on Matt and Kayla, Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work trucks and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com, driving business forward.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Catch all the action at Sky River Casino. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room. Plus, with 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations, and Sky River rewards that add up and up. There's something for everyone. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience new heights. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during
during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection, plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports 1140.
We're starting off lunch break with a bang. We're going to force you to call in, but we're going to incentivize it. Sacktown Sports is giving you a chance to win Sacramento Kings tickets all week long at 8 a.m., noon, and 4 o'clock. Hey, look at the clock. It's noon. That means you can win Kings tickets right now. We are looking for caller number 5 at 916-339-1140.
5, like Neat Clifford.
Neat Clifford's number.
Yeah.
Not De'Aaron Fox. 916-339-1140 to win a pair of tickets to see the Sacramento Kings versus the Orlando Magic on Thursday, February 19th. The Kings will be nice and refreshed after the All-Star break, and hopefully Keegan Murray will be back in that game. That's caller number 5 at 916-339-1140 for your chance to wear a pair of Sacramento Kings tickets. Obviously, the phone lines are going to be a little busy for the next couple minutes while Kyle sorts that out and gets our winner.
Good luck, by the way.
So hang tight if you want to call in and be a part of this conversation. We would highly encourage you to do so because this is lunch break, and we have quite the topic to talk about today. Kayla, I don't know about you. I've been seeing a lot of comments, whether it's on our show, it's on the podcast, in general, on social media, about Doug Christie.
Mm-hmm.
Is Doug Christie the right coach? Should he keep his job? Should the Sacramento Kings move in a different direction once they get into next season, which will be the first, quote-unquote, full, true season of the rebuild, even though there's still some things that Scott Perry has to clean up from this year that will likely carry into at least the early stages of next season. I'm not saying these fans that are talking about this speak for the entire fan base. It could just be a very loud minority. But I'm seeing a lot of Doug Christie needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Christie's not a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Christie's not the right coach for this. As of right now, where are you at specifically with the job that Doug Christie is doing? And the caveat that I want to throw into this conversation is, how do you separate what Doug is responsible for / takes a portion of the blame for? Because nothing is all one person's fault. We've learned this time and time again here in Sacramento. Versus how much is the mess and the situation that he inherited that he has a right to see cleaned up before he can be fully judged.
So, since I've been here since the start, which is nice because I'm not coming in, to his first full season halfway through. Like, coming in and knowing the background with Doug Christie in the year before and with Mike Brown and all of that. And, knowing that he is a true and tried Sacramento King and he takes pride in the city. And I know that a lot of fans do like him for Doug Christie, the guy that was here that played for the organization.
Wearing the number 13.
I understand all of that. And I also...
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Had a pretzel.
She's getting choked up.
Yeah, it's lunch break, so... Girls got to have a little fuel for this conversation. But it's hard right now because it's almost like the worst it's like the worst scenario he could have come into as a new coach in the league getting an opportunity. But I understand coaches have to start somewhere. And I'm not going to say you should have passed up on this opportunity because a lot of these guys, their dream is to be a head coach, whether it's the NBA, NFL, NHL, whatever. So I'm not going to say, Doug Christie shouldn't have taken this job when given the opportunity because it was probably a dream of his.
And he probably never gets this again or never would have gotten it anywhere else, if we're being honest.
And I don't know Doug. I have not spoke with Doug, but I would think in the back of Doug's mind, he knows it's a business and he knows, my time is not guaranteed here. So coming in, he knows what the expectations are or maybe how long he feels like his leashes in terms of, being the head coach. But this year has been so wonky. And I use a new word every time, discombobulated, you've heard me use, because those are the words I truly feel like come to my mind when I think of the Kings this season. Because there's been some incidences with lineups or roster moves or end of game situations that you've brought up a few times that I've not been impressed with how it's been handled. But at the other point that, looking at it from another point of view, it's like he only has so much to work with because it is crazy in terms of the veterans and how nothing was really going to work here. The positive that I see from him is, yes, I think he has helped develop some of these young kids in terms of what he wants them to play like.
Yeah.
Like what Doug Christie's whole, motto is as a head coach. I'm not saying he's the sole responsibility of these guys improving, but you have to give him credit. You can't say like he hasn't helped at all. So for that, it's a really mixed bag, and I do feel like you have to give him one more season to, again, get in a draft pick that could be a game changer, at least of seeing some progress, and to seeing him have more players that fit his mold. Okay, then what do you do with it? You've got to start to see a little bit more progress, and you'll get some of the vets out of here. So I personally have to give him one more full season to know what he is as a head coach.
I'll present just some brutal honesty, and I would hope that Doug, who I had the opportunity to work with for a while, I wouldn't call Doug and I necessarily friends, but we've worked together. We've known each other for a while. Doug is a lot closer with other people in this building than he is to me necessarily, but always have had a good interaction with Doug. I would hope that he would understand, if he would ever listen to this or hear this, that it's coming from a place of the ultimate respect. But the brutal honesty is this. Doug Christie is not the head coach for 29 other teams in this league.
And that's very true.
Doug Christie is the head coach of the Sacramento Kings because of his legacy with the Sacramento Kings. Doug Christie is the head coach of the Sacramento Kings because of the relationship that he has with people who are in power within the Sacramento Kings organization. And that's not just Vivek Ranadive. When Doug Christie first joined Luke Walton's staff, there was always this feeling of, man, are the Sacramento Kings molding and developing Doug Christie to one day be their head coach? Because this organization, and we do it too as fans, because the late 90s and early 2000s, the glory years, some of the greatest years of our lives, what we got to live through, the joy that we got to experience with that team. So much so that we've held on to that for dear life, like it's a stuffed animal that just needs to be let go or needs to be put on the shelf a little bit, right? We've done this in Sacramento for a long time.
I've heard.
With Vlade coming back in the role he is. Mike Bibby's the head coach of the freaking Sac State Hornets right now, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to Mike Bibby, but he's still around, right? We love that Brad Miller is sitting courtside. Bobby Jackson's been an assistant.
You have a lot of pride.
But I love that these players love Sacramento as much as they do, because this city is magical and this fan base is magical, and these guys will like Chris Webber will come back and he's immediately back at home. It's all that is important, but this organization has latched themselves in the past too heavily on the only thing that this city has had historically be good with the Sacramento Kings, and Doug Christie is a part of that. Now, I know from working with Doug, from interacting with Doug, when he was here when he was a radio host here, when he was doing games on television, he longed to be a coach. He wanted to coach. He wanted to teach. He is obsessed with the game of basketball.
Right.
He's obsessed with it, and he wants to share that obsession and be a part of that, and he is not alone in that by any means. So Doug worked hard to get in the building and worked hard while he was in the building and had plenty of adversity come his way, whether some was deserved, not deserved. Yes, I do believe Doug was handpicked by ownership and by this organization to become their head coach, regardless of his experience, regardless of if he deserved it or not.
And I don't think that's a huge secret.
No, I don't. I'm sure this has happened around the league elsewhere, but we're hypersensitive to it in Sacramento because we know this situation. I have kept the same energy that I had with Mike Brown because I've annoyed people in this city, disgusted people in this city with the amount that I have talked about Mike Brown since he was fired and how I handled that firing, because that was pure, raw emotion and frustration from someone as a Sacramento Kings fan, not just a journalist, not just a radio host. I was a TV reporter at the time. As a Sacramento Kings fan who has watched this coaching carousel spin out of control since Rick Adelman was fired for almost 20 years of just new coach after new coach after new coach and being disgusted by it and feeling the joy of Mike Brown is here. We can finally put that behind us. We can have some consistency and longevity.
Yeah.
That's what we're all rooting for. We're rooting for a general manager that is here as long as Pat Riley's been around in Miami, and a head coach just like Eric Spoelstra in Miami that is here for a long time that we don't even have to worry about.
And look, that's a rarity too. I do want to preface that's a little bit of a rarity too in the NBA.
Of course, but when you're an organization that goes through front office executives and coaches like you're speed dating, it's gross. Like you're sick and you're tired of it. So I thought we were past that with Mike and Monty to some extent. We see how it played out. Now it goes to Doug. And I tie this all back into Doug with this. Mike's roster was incredibly flawed, and there was an obvious disconnect between the front office and the coaching staff about what they were trying to do, what players they wanted, what they didn't, and it got messy, got out of control.
Sure.
Both of those guys are gone. You have a general manager in Scott Perry and a head coach in Doug Christie who every single opportunity will tell you they are unified in vision. That's what they always say, unified in vision. Another one of the bingo card things.
Before too, by the way.
And you want that to be the case. That's good. I can't tell you with 100% certainty if Doug Christie was Scott Perry's hire. I can't. But Scott has publicly, repeatedly, whether it's on these airwaves or on a podium or whatever, stepped up and said, I commit to Doug Christie. We can only take him for his word at it, even if we can speculate Doug was probably very highly, not forced on him, but influenced upon him by ownership when Scott took the job. Just like Mike Brown had Doug Christie highly pushed upon him to have on his staff when Mike got the job. Like, we've seen this before. It's a pattern. It exists. It's a really long-winded way for me to say this, Kayla. I cannot blame Doug Christie for how god-awfully constructed this roster has been and is. I can't. So that is the biggest argument that I have for Doug. Mm-hmm. And where I agree with you with what you just said, get him into next year, get him some semblance of a roster that makes sense, that fits these pillars, that fits the identity of how you want to play. Give him the pieces, and if he fails with them, then we know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Now, what I do blame Doug for, though, Kayla, is even though I think this roster is horribly constructed to the max, they are not this bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that.
And a 13-game losing streak might be 14 tonight.
Yeah.
Doug has to own. And the fact that I know Doug is defense, and I appreciate him for it.
Well, we haven't heard that as much lately, by the way.
Correct. He's kind of backed off of that.
By the way, we haven't heard that as much.
He's backed off of that. But offense, this team is horrible offensively, and there's no way that they should be. They have had no consistency whatsoever. All the messaging from the beginning of the season, all the messaging from training camp is gone. Winning the fight and while winning the game, like, all of that is gone. It's like we can't even talk about it anymore because it seems like years ago and in a past life. Like, Doug takes ownership for stuff like that. So if fans are concerned that, like, what has Doug done this year and why should we trust him with AJ DeBonsa or Darren Peterson or Caleb Wilson or whoever comes in that door, plus the next year, the future of the Kings. If you have those hesitations, I don't necessarily blame you, but I'm not letting Doug take the fall again, another head coach take the fall again for this terrible roster that ownership built.
Yes. And that's very well put. And I do want to say this, it being in a situation before in a city where this was a conversation for the past 3 off seasons for us after person in the front office, coach fired. It happened every single year. And so I'd have these conversations about, a different type of team, but the same conversations. It started with the up top, and then it eventually got down to the coaches that were fired, then after the GMs were fired, and it was a never-ending cycle. And it does feel like at this point, there is a little bit of an attachment to the old way of doing things because of the way that Doug was, maybe hired. And again, I'm not going to say that's exactly what happened, but we don't know 100% for sure if Scott Perry handpicked Doug Christie.
There wasn't much of a search.
Right. We do not know that. That's a fact because we're just not inside that room.
And in most people's minds, you're not going to be able to convince them otherwise.
Right. Exactly.
And I don't blame them for that either. It's a breadcrumb trail.
But I feel like what I do like about Doug is Doug. Like I think sometimes we just want to put the blame on someone, and rightfully so, because you're freaking frustrated, man.
Yes.
It's frustrating.
Yes.
And you have the right to kind of put the blame on someone. I mean, that's your right as a fan.
Sure.
You pick and choose who you want to put the blame on. Right now, I think Doug is kind of going to get it right now because we're in the middle, a little bit past the middle of the season. Things are not going good. And right now, you're just waiting to get to the draft, but they're in the middle of an awful losing skid, and it's breaking records. And in the minute this happens, you're thinking, okay, the coach is a problem. And maybe he is, but all I'm saying is Doug played the game. Doug is no dummy. I feel like Doug has the basics of being able to understand how to run a team eventually when he gets the right players for his team. And that's why I have to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I could be completely wrong. But there's too many positive things I see in Doug that make me think he can turn this around once he gets his guys in here. But guess what? Time is not on his side. And I don't think that lasts more than a year from now.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting ways to look at it. One way is if Doug gets fired this summer, which, by the way, I do not think is going to happen. I have been given no indication that Doug's going anywhere. I believe Doug Christie will be the head coach of the Sacramento Kings on opening night next season. He's going to get that chance. And part of me really, really, truly believes that he should, because having at least a little bit of consistency. Because also, what does it look like for Scott Perry? If Scott says all the things that Scott said going back to last summer, we're committed to Doug, this, and that. We know that Scott's also talked about Doug has some learning to do. If Scott says all these things and then a year later fires his coach again and continues to keep that door open for speculation of was it his hire or not, that's more damaging than positive at this point too. So at some point you also just have to have a little bit of consistency in that building. And we know the young guys like Doug. If Doug were to be fired this summer, though, Kayla, Doug could immediately turn around, and I'm not saying Doug would do this, but he could immediately turn around and go, like, I never had a chance. I was set up, not necessarily set up to fail, but, like, look at the situation I was handed. Like, what the hell do you want me to do with that? I tried as best as I could as a first-time coach with all these god-awful contracts and veterans that did not fit together. Like, what was I supposed to do? The other side of that coin, though, Kayla, is, hey, man, you wanted this. And you, regardless of if you were the pack leader or not, you were part of the movement that orchestrated it happening.
Yeah.
So,
well, and the other part is like, okay, you weren't given the right environment to succeed. Tough, you know what? Like this is the NBA. Our timeline is changing, our vision is changing, and you're not a part of that vision.
And Doug, you know the Kings, man.
Right.
Like, you know who this organization is.
Doug is no dummy. Doug knows this too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Doug's sitting at home thinking, like, I don't know how much longer. This is a business when it comes down to it. This hasn't worked out maybe the way we thought it was. But I think everybody who came into this situation this year gets a little grace because of how stinky and discombobulated and all the words I can use in the world this roster was. And again, individual talent, sure. Yeah, there's individual talent on this roster. It don't fit together.
Yeah.
At least the pieces that were healthy don't fit together. Because the pieces that I feel like you wanted to see this year have been on the bench.
And the pressure really falls on next season too, Kate. Like you said.
It does.
Like, the pressure falls on next, because if you're still here and the problem's not going to completely go away. That's why I crashed out after the freaking trade deadline was done, because all these there's going to be a good portion of these veterans still here. There's going to be semblances of the same problem to start next season. It's going to exist.
You'll have a couple more new.
But you should have a new shiny rookie a top pick in the building for you to get to work with, plus year 2 for a lot of these players, and hopefully some sort of moves around the edges to make at least the team identity seem a little more symbiotic. So it seemed to work a little bit better together. And Doug, that's the last guaranteed year on his contract, so he's going to have to deliver next year. So the pressure's on then. It's not necessarily on right now. Kyle, I know you want to jump in on this because you're on the other side of things. But before you do, really quickly, I want to just let Steven know. I saw you were on hold. You dropped off. Steven, if you want to call back in, we will happily get you involved in this conversation if you're listening and want to call back in. But sorry, Kyle.
Steven didn't win Kings tickets, unfortunately, but he did want to talk about the conversation afterwards.
Call back in, Steven.
Yeah, I've made this point before with Alan back in the old show. I don't think we've talked about this before since it's been the three of us together, but my point has been they have to align the timeline some way or another, right? The original Doug Christie contract was it is a 2-year prove-it deal. You're competing with veterans. You are supposed to win. That's cooked, absolutely emphatically cooked. And so your head coach should reflect the new timeline you're on, which is this is a 3-year to 4-year building process. And regardless of who the coach is, they need to rip up the coaching contract, and whoever they hire, which will certainly be a first-time coach, because I promise nobody with any future in the NBA and coaching experience is going to take that job, most likely. That coach needs to have a 3 to 4 year runway to grow themselves with the young players. It is pointless to bring Doug back on the prove-it deal next year. One way or another, that team option is never getting picked up for Doug. They're either going to rip up his contract and give him an extension, or they're going to let go of him and never pick it up.
The lame duck year in coaching, to Kyle's point, does not happen.
So just pretend the team option doesn't exist. One way or another, they're going to rip up his contract, or they're not going to renew it. There's no point in doing a lame duck year next year when you know the team is not going to be competitive. The coach should align with the timeline. Now, my point for why it shouldn't be, like, if you want to rip up the contract and give Doug a 4-year deal, okay, that at least aligns with the timeline.
Right.
My point of why they should not bring Doug back is, A, he hasn't done anything that makes it seem like he is so valuable you can't let him walk out the door. And B, to the point you had mentioned earlier, I really want to see a full interview process with 12 to 15 candidates that come in the door. And I'm sorry that Doug would have to be a casualty in that situation, but quite frankly, he hasn't earned that benefit of the doubt to be given an extra year just because he's Doug Christie. And secondarily, if you bring in 12 to 15 candidates like a Micah Nori or a Royal Ivy or Karan Butler or guys like this, you get pitched ideas of how to run your franchise. You can get free advice from the interview process and discover the next Jordan Ott, like the Phoenix Suns did, who's looking like he's a coach of the year front runner this year. So my point is just the coach needs to have a 4-year runway with these young players, and that means Doug is going to have to be a casualty in that result, unless you just give him the runway and give him a 4-year deal.
And I get all your points, and you made some really good points, and you even made some good points about bringing in guys. You can just learn a lot from the coaching, process. Attention, the Sacramento Kings aren't exactly the place where people want to come right now. And that includes people that would want to take a chance to be a head coach too.
But if you have AJ DeBonsa or Darren Peterson, does that change? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, because right now there's a lot of people that look at this as like, stay away.
Yeah, it's where you go to die.
Like alert.
Yeah, it's where you go to die.
But it will be someone's first chance, and like Jordy Fernandez or like Charles Lee in Charlotte or like, pick your coach, Jordan Ott in Phoenix, this will be one of these guys' first shot at the big job, and I think that will make it attractive.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's kind of, besides Doug being a Sacramento guy, it's Doug's first shot at that.
Yeah, I completely understand everything that Kyle's saying, and I agree with a lot of what Kyle's saying. And to Kyle's point, if you were to ask me right now, Matt, if you were to put money on it, is Doug Christie the head coach of the Sacramento Kings to start not next season, but that 2027, 2028 season when all that money falls off the books?
Yeah.
I'd tell you right now, no. I don't think Doug is going to be here. And I think that there's like that feeling around the organization just based off of how everything is going. And to Kyle's point, his thing is, why waste a year of a coach being here to start to work with these guys and have the messaging like this, and then you just bring in someone else who changes the messaging. Why not just start fresh from the very beginning with the coach that you want?
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is. If Perry has a guy out there that he's really interested in, maybe he considers going that route. Again, as of right now, I've been given no indication whatsoever that Doug is going anywhere. In fact, I've been told the opposite. But a lot can change. That was before the Kings went on a 13-game losing streak that might reach 14 tonight. And to be honest, guys, we could probably look through the schedule and try and figure out when this losing streak is going to come to an end. Because I know the Kings are trying to lose games right now, and Doug is obviously doing what he's supposed to be doing in that sense. But you still wear it regardless for how the first 50 games went to get you to this point. There's a compelling argument for both sides. I don't think it's fair for me to switch up my argument for Mike and then not give Doug the same out. But I also trust Mike a whole hell of a lot more as a head coach than I do Doug Christie, because Mike's been there and done that and has the reputation, and Doug doesn't. So we'll take the break. This conversation's not going anywhere. We have someone on hold that wants to jump in. We have more Kings to talk about as well. Nick Clifford's last 4 games, his numbers over the last 4 games are really encouraging. So we'll talk about that. Plus, the NBA handed out some suspensions in the Pistons versus Hornets fight, and I'm actually kind of surprised by some of these suspensions. We'll mention that as well. You are listening to Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mommy, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6A to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SacktownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
It is I, George Washington. Let me tell you about a President's Day sale from Big O Tires.
No, listen to me. I'm the honest one.
I got this, Abe. It's really no big deal.
I'll make the declaration. I'm on the $100 bill.
You're not even a president, Ben.
Now through February 22nd, buy 3, get 1 free of 4 select in-stock Big O branded tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
What if the greatest player on the court wasn't who you expected? This February, experience heart, hustle, and a whole new kind of hero in Sony's GOAT, the animated sports adventure for the whole family. Only in theaters February 13th, rated PG.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar
We'll start
None
on-
Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
A.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports 1140.
If you're just tuning in, we just had a great conversation about Doug Christie and his future, whether or not he should continue to be the Sacramento Kings head coach, how much responsibility does he wear for this season and what's happened versus how much is it the mess that he has inherited. It's a conversation that we can have about a lot of different figures in this organization if we're being completely honest. And now that conversation continues because we have Concepcion on the line who is joining us. Hello, welcome in.
Hello, this is Concepcion. I would like to make a comment.
Sure.
I am 74 years old, and I was one of the persons that was leading the sectional player that Doug Christie was, the Sacramento Kings, and the value and passion that they have put in. But does not mean that a good player should be a good coach.
Right.
And I think that he is not show any coach skills when the Sacramento Kings are play. The game plan is completely, nobody understands the game plan.
Yeah.
The change that he did was completely against what we are looking for, that we are not experts coach, but we are a fan that we understand, try to understand what he's doing. I think that he needs to go. Really, I love him as a player. I love his passion, but this kind of thing is not going to make him a good coach.
Concepcion, thank you so much for the call. We really appreciate it, and thanks for being an amazing fan of this team. I think what she brings up is how a lot of people feel, and just because Doug Christie might end up being fired next year, or maybe he's fired this summer, if it doesn't work out, and it sure seems to be trending in that direction, regardless of when it ends or if it does or not, that does not mean that his legacy as a player here in Sacramento and the love and appreciation that this fan base has for him as part of those early 2000s teams has to change or has to be tainted in any kind of way. I know Vlade Divac for a while, it was weird. It was like Vlade the GM who passed on Luka versus Vlade the center who was the glue to that team. And Vlade still gets love in this city. Vlade is still very welcomed in this city, although there is still some awkwardness that took time to get over. I think there might be the same thing with Doug, but I think most fans echo what Concepcion said there, which is love you, appreciate you, but what I'm seeing, this isn't good, this isn't right. She said there's no one really understands the game plan, and I agree because sometimes what he says the game plan is, the actions don't meet the words.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that call.
Yeah, and I think it's easy sometimes for, us to make the argument too that like he could still have an opportunity to mold this team with these young players, because it's like we can use the excuse like, well, there's all these parts that don't fit right now. And so that's like our argument for why he could be still a coach that could, and it's like, is that just because there are so many like guards here, and there's so many veterans that don't fit so sometimes I feel like sometimes I use that as not a crutch, but like maybe that's the reason why he's not showing that he can be a good coach right now, because he doesn't have his pieces, and that very well could be the case. But it's just, for me, it's too hard right now to really break down what he is as a head coach.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I just don't know.
I think there's so much mess that it's hard to separate.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's hard to separate it into piles.
Yes.
Yeah. How much? It's honestly, when you have a big mess like that, how much is it? And I can use my kid's room as an analogy here.
Well, yeah, right.
Instead of just sorting through it, it just makes more sense for me to just get a big broom and get a big bag and just chuck everything in it. And I think fans kind of feel that way. Everything is so messy right now. Let Scott take a big old broom, sweep all of this into the dumpster, and start afresh. And if you feel that way about Doug Christie, again, it's really hard to argue with you in that sense. Mike wants to jump into the conversation. What up, Mike?
Guys, let me just say, first and foremost, I love your show.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm a charter season ticket holder, a charter season ticket holder back to the 80s, have now pared it way back. But I'm going to say this. I am so confused. I am disgusted with what's going on. I don't want to go to any more games. And here's where my confusion lies. Recall in the early part of the season when Doug spoke from his heart.
Yes.
His Sacramento heart.
Yep.
It said, the fans don't deserve this. The effort's not there. This is ridiculous. They've got to have pride for the name of Sacramento, blah, blah, blah. I loved him for that. That said, I had no idea what he was doing offensively. Not that I'm an X's and O's guru. But where was Malik Monk for a month? Where was the offense that used to move the ball? It didn't exist. We weren't moving it at all. And now, here is my huge confusion. Doug Christie is one of the most competitive Sacramento Kings or humans that I've watched, I believe. And he wore that on his sleeve early on. Now, during games, he's kind of yucking it up on the bench. After the games, he's smiling with the other team. And he's such a competitor, I cannot believe that he buys into the obvious intentional tanks, which has to be coming from above, because when our stars, you know what I'm saying, aren't playing at the end of the game, when we have these feigned little illnesses, or boy, we have stiffness in our big toe, or whatever. I'm not buying it.
Mike, thank you so much for the call. I love his passion too, man, because I think a lot of fans echo with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I think Doug loathes what's happening because, like Mike said, Doug is a competitor.
Sure.
I think Doug loathes what's happening. It's the same thing. We'll talk about the Utah Jazz too. What's happening in Utah is getting league attention, and I think there was a phone call, which is why Lauri Markkanen's going to be playing tonight. I think Will Hardy also loathes what is happening in Utah, but he has a job to do. I will say we all have talked about in the media. We have all talked about Doug from the beginning of the season and Doug now are two completely different people. And the reason why I feel is after that press conference that Mike is talking about, I think there was a talking to.
Yes.
Which is, one, Doug, as a head coach, you got to button things up the way. And I agree with Mike. I thought when Doug laid into everything and how everything was going, I thought it was the most authentic Doug stuff that was very refreshing. Now, it's your job to figure it out and solve it, and he hasn't exactly done that. But I thought that energy was refreshing because it was nice to see someone acknowledge how bad everybody else felt, and he's very connected to the fans. But I think there was a talking to, which is twofold. One, hey, man, as a head coach, got to cool it, or you'll personally lose your mind. And two, this is the route we're going. This is what we need to do, and we need you to fall in line. And what leverage does Doug have? He's on one of the lowest paid contracts in the league. He's got 1 year left on that deal, and he probably won't see it through.
Also got to cut the line to get to that job.
Yes, 100%. And again, that's like, it's hard to feel sorry for Doug necessarily because it's a position that you put yourself in. But like what Mike lays out there is really, really good. Do we have time to take Dwayne really quick? Yeah, we'll take Dwayne because Dwayne wants to jump in. What up, Dwayne?
Hey, what's up, the homies?
What's up, Dwayne?
Hey, so real quick, I just want to tap in real quick. And, I've been real aggressive with Coach Christie because I play basketball, I coach basketball, I train, the whole thing, man. My kids was in the AAU, so I have to keep it real. But I want to get it straight. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him fired, but he has to be demoted. I think he should be the first assistant next year.
I don't see a scenario where Doug, for pride's sake, does that.
Nope,
Ever
not going
does
to
that.
happen.
And I'm sorry, how much of this is on Doug or not, we know Doug was partially involved in the let's call it line in the sand in the locker room between Team Mike and I guess Team Doug, for lack of it. This is not House of Cards. This is not Game of Thrones. I'm not saying Doug Christie is a snake or anything like that. Let it be clear. I'm clarifying that for everybody to know so you don't draw conclusions. But there was a clear disconnect throughout that entire organization of how things should have gone. There were two separate sides, and as we can clearly see, Doug and Mike were on separate sides. I don't think it's good for the Kings. I don't think it's good for Doug. And whichever head coach they brought in to say, hey, here's your lead assistant now, bad. It's either Doug or you let him go. That's what it is.
You talk about bad business, honestly, like in this business especially, like that just couldn't happen.
Yeah.
It would not look good on them.
And
I just don't think Doug would do that because he's so prideful.
Yeah.
I just don't think he would do it.
I don't think Doug would do it. I think the Kings would be disgusted by it. All right, we'll take the break. When we come back, if you want to continue this Doug Christie conversation, we can in the final hour of the show, but we're going to pause it for a second because it's time for Kayla's Olympic Minute. What's happening around the Olympics? Hey, I actually watched some of it last night.
Congratulations.
I did my homework. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved to guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Join Sacktown Sports downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In-Shape Fitness Kings Rally towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection. Plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel.
On Sacktown Sports 1140.
Amidst all the chaos of everything happening in sports right now, the NBA All-Star break right around the corner, and honestly, I think we all could use the break. if we're being honest. One more Kings game tonight. That's Kings versus Utah Jazz. And
You like jazz?
We'll talk about that game coming up a little bit later in this final hour of the show. Well, it's not the final hour yet, the 1 o'clock hour. But right now, it is time for Kayla's Olympic Minute. Yes, the Olympics are happening.
All right.
And I'm loosely paying attention, but thankfully, Kayla's paying attention for all of us.
We don't have to pay attention at all. Kayla's got us.
I have you guys. If you don't have time or you just have other things you are doing.
It's hard to follow. There's a lot going on in the Olympics.
And again, I am going to say this before you listen to this segment. If you wait till prime time to get your Olympic fix, do not listen to this segment or put me on silent.
Spoilers!
Because this is everything that is happening up to date. So, with that being said,
Switch to KNCI for the next 3.5 minutes.
And then come back,
there
please.
we go.
But then come back. Please
exactly.
come back.
Let's start with some good news because the United States is starting to catch up. And I'll give the medal count in a minute. But we're going to start with the men's Super G final when it comes
Super
to
G.
alpine skiing. A lot of skiing going on right now.
Wasn't that a song back in the day?
Super G?
Like a G6.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that's
a
what I'm thinking of.
G6, like a G. I like
That's
that
a
song.
plane, right?
That is a plane.
I think so. So for that event, congratulations, Ryan Cochran-Siegel. He takes home the silver for the United States.
Hell yeah.
And he was the only other country in there because Switzerland took home the gold and bronze. He was sandwiched in between.
Uh-oh, they were close with us in the medal count yesterday.
Yes, they were, but I got some good news. You got to wait to the end of the segment to hear it. Okay,
boy.
moving on. The women's moguls. Has anybody ever
Moguls?
done a mogul downhill ski?
It sounds like a character from Harry Potter.
It is terrifying.
Mogul.
I skied as a kid, but I wasn't like the advanced, right? And my friend took me up to a black diamond, which was moguls. They're hills.
Oh.
Just all these little hills.
Yeah, hell
And
no.
I slid down.
seen that before.
It's like the little bunny hops.
I slid down, yes, on the side, on my butt, on the side, the entire hill down.
Like Wile E. Coyote, just
Yes.
boink, boink,
No,
boink.
I'm dying.
Yes.
I'm causing an avalanche
It was-
with my body.
I still have trauma to this day. But women's moguls, no trauma for the U.S. because they dominated in this event, baby.
We own the moguls.
That's right. Elizabeth Lemley with gold.
Yeah.
And silver, Jaden Koff.
Let's go.
They get it done. 1 and 2 for Team USA.
USA owns the moguls.
That's
You
right,
don't do
baby.
moguls like USA does moguls.
Wow, you sound like Voldemort over there.
We're the moguls of the moguls.
We're the mogulers. We
That's
mogul
right.
better than you mogul. Do you mogul?
Yeah.
Not like us.
Mogul this.
All right.
All right, speed skating.
I know that.
I love speed skating, by the way.
I have
That's
a question about this, by the way.
fascinating. Okay, ask it after I tell you the good news.
Yep.
Because in the men's 1,000 meter, baby, congrats to Jordan Stolz. He is a gold Olympian.
Oh, we're cleaning up.
That's what I'm saying.
USA.
You had to wait a little.
Come on, we're cooking now.
No
Monday
Apollo
wasn't fun.
Antonono here.
We're not
No.
a first quarter team. Just wait to the second quarter.
Yeah, Stolz is now the king of the men's 1,000
We're waking
speed
up.
skating.
Are we in the second quarter of the Olympics? I guess we are.
No clue.
It's like the third day, fourth day, I guess.
Yeah, we're cooking.
No, I guess they started last week.
Yeah, we're cooking.
This
They're
is the
in the
fifth
middle.
day. Are there 15? I don't know.
They're going by too fast. And finally, the women's single luge.
Oh, that's
You go
fun.
straight down.
That's the one where you're on like the board
That's
and you're
correct.
laying down on your back.
Yeah,
correct.
that's the you're dying if you
It is
screw up.
very scary.
You die if you screw up.
I saw there's
Ashley.
double luge.
Probably, yeah.
Deluge?
Delusional if you do that.
No, it's just people lie on top of each other like a sandwich.
No, I've not seen that one. That could be.
I'd never seen
mistaken
it before until today.
So many
Could be
jokes.
mistaken for something
So
else.
many jokes in my head that I will not say.
But congratulations to Ashley Farquharson. Ashley Farquharson.
Can you say that on the air?
Ashley Farquharson.
I had to dump
look it
that.
up. It's not.
No, you're.
I said it perfectly
You
fine.
said it perfectly
Ashley
fine.
Farquharson.
Yeah.
That's her name. Go look it up.
I know,
on-
we're just being children because you said a funny
okay.
word.
Well, I did good. I
You
was
did very good.
I was scared I'd mess it up.
I never would have taken the chance.
Don't
See?
Farquharson with me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought you said.
She takes home the bronze. So here we go, guys. Medal count, drum roll. Norway still in the lead with 13 medals.
Damn it!
But
You're not going to fight them, Matt.
But-
Nope, they're great people.
Italy and the U.S. coming in at second right now, both with 11 medals.
We're coming for your pasta.
That's right.
Wow. So we passed Switzerland.
That's right. Woohoo.
Yes.
So, but we're right on their tail.
Well, Switzerland right now.
No, I mean Norway.
Oh, we're 2 medals behind there.
Look
Switzerland dropped all the way down. They're still at 7 medals.
Coming.
Oh, so that one event was their only medals.
Pretty much.
That one. What did we say it was?
The moguls? No, that was we cleaned up on the moguls.
Switzerland was it a ski jump or something? I can't remember.
Was it the cross country skiing? Is that what it was?
That's what it was. It was something like the cross country.
They got that on lock.
They do.
I did not know this. So Jake Paul's fiance, girlfriend, whatever, is like an Olympic speed skater. Did you see this?
And I think she's from Austria or
I think
Switzerland?
so. And she won, and like he was bawling, crying in the crowd. I was very confused.
First of all, I knew nothing about that.
Yeah, I saw it on social. I was like, oh.
And then my brother told me, and I go, he's dating a
Olympic
speed skater from Switzerland? I never knew that one.
Hey, man.
That's a
Those
curveball.
kids are going to be athletic.
Yeah,
maybe.
Absolutely.
Boo, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
So
problem child.
He's a weirdo. But you were saying you learned something because you actually watched one event.
I watched because I'd heard this. He's not a kid. He's 21, but I've heard he's sensational.
Yeah.
I watched. Now I know nothing at all about figure skating.
Wait, you watched the kid?
I watched. Is it Ilya?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ilya.
I told you, the quad god.
Yeah, the quad god, Ilya Malinin.
Yes.
I watched his because the USA won gold.
Proud of you.
They took gold in the team figure skating event.
Which I brought up the other day.
Yes, and he was, and I
you
watched it because it was in prime time.
Correct.
And so I guess I had the spoilers, but I'd forgotten, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
well, not paying attention to the Olympic.
No,
minute, huh?
trust me, I'm all about the moguls now. Let me tell you, I'll remember the moguls. USA cleans up on the moguls. But just watching him perform, he even like slipped in the middle of it and was still fine. And I guess he scored over a 200, which is dope. He did a freaking backflip and landed on one skate. I'm like, the hell is going on here?
It's insane. He's
this kid
really
was amazing.
talented.
And then I'm blanking on the name.
The gal?
No, is it Sato? It was the Japanese figure skater
Japanese figure
that was
skater.
right
Yes,
after him that
yes.
had a chance to beat
Yes.
him. He was incredible too.
Yep.
So again, I know nothing about figure skating. Thank God for the commentators. They're like, wow, this is a triple axel. I was like, I don't know what anything is. It just looks cool. But
I know.
that kid's nuts, man.
All
Good
I
for
know
him.
is when I see someone do a backflip on skates.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
It's like Scott Hamilton. Like you guys all knew who Scott Hamilton was.
Well, I
I'm
didn't, 'cause I was a
joking,
child.
guys.
No idea who
I'm
is that.
joking.
Yep. Is that the?
He was
did they
one
make
of
a
the
musical about him?
all-time great. No,
Former president?
He was an all-time great figure skater who started the backflips. He started the whole backflip.
Doing a
thing.
backflip on skates is insane. Insane.
Do you see those pair dancing figure skaters where they like throw them up on the air?
Yeah, no.
Like, how do you not get cut in the face?
There's literal blades on your feet.
That's insane.
Get the hell away
and
from
that's
me.
happened before, by the way.
The blades stay down.
Yeah, that's
It's funny you're talking about that. I saw the video of the figure skater who did it to Game of Thrones music.
Oh.
That was badass.
Oh, that's
There
cool.
was it was in the, and I go back and watch it every once in a while. It was in the, I don't remember what Olympics it was. I think it was like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Irish figure skater who did a river dance figure skating performance.
Really?
Dope. It was so cool.
Because that alone is fascinating to watch, like, not on
He
ice.
figure skated.
That's crazy.
Did a jig on ice.
That's
I was like, this is awesome. That's Celtic background for you.
Anastasia Gubanova, I think, is the name of the person who did the Game of Thrones thing, if you want to watch
okay.
it.
Gubanova.
I think the singles events for all of the skating is coming up in the days to come. So
Listen, USA's on the rise. We own the moguls. This is the kind of stuff you get in Kayla's Olympic
I know you
Minute.
like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know you like moguls.
Isolate that.
I know you like Harry Potter.
Do I sound like her? Yeah,
No,
I know
but
you
it-
like
it-
moguls.
That's a really good.
I think that's pretty good.
That's a really good.
I know who it is.
You do know who
I'm
that
a
is.
huge fan of hers. I watch Jeannie and Georgia on Netflix, and she's on that.
I don't know who that is.
Ginny and Georgia and Ginny. It's like a Netflix
This
show.
the drop is from a famous Bravo TV moment.
Oh,
I know you like Harry Potter.
Well, that's why I don't watch Bravo.
But that actress is in that show.
Got it. Okay, well,
Yeah,
moguls.
there we go.
USA, meet me on the mogul.
That's what we are right here on this show.
That's what we.
I can't wait till tomorrow's. How are we going to top this?
I know.
I know.
Kayla's Olympic
I'm bringing
Minute.
it, man.
Kayla's Olympic Minute is saving lives here on this show. Let
That's
me tell
right.
you, because I'm missing so much. I feel like. Well, now that we're all caught up on the medal count, let's take the break and we'll come back. And if you want to continue the Doug Christie conversation, we can do it there. But I am genuinely excited to talk a little baseball. So we're going to do some of that too as we start the final hour of the show. It's Matt and Kayla. Also, Kyle Ledbetter with us on Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called home court advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sacktown Sports 1140.
24 hours from now, at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
Jacob Wilson, all-star shortstop for the Athletics, will join us on the show. Very excited to speak to Jacob.
I'm pumped to talk baseball, man. I don't get to talk baseball a lot because I was down where there was no baseball team in terms of the actual MLB.
Yep.
And the guys I covered, the great program Vanderbilt that I covered for a long time, they wouldn't let us talk about Vanderbilt because we had to talk about the Vols and Tony Vitello, who is, oh, by the way, now the Giants' new manager.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk baseball this year.
Same here.
Very excited. This summer, trust me, this summer is going to be all about the Kings draft.
Of course,
there's gonna
as
be
it should
plenty
be.
of stuff, of course. But I think A's baseball is going to be very compelling this year. The pitching, I have no clue. But hitting, I think, is going to be amongst the best in the league, period. I think that lineup is going to, and if you're going to see games at Sutter Health Park, Kayla, the ball flies out of that ballpark, let me tell you.
I know.
So I'm excited about that, to get out to West Sacramento for what I think is going to be a very entertaining A's team. The Giants, like you just talked about, extremely compelling.
Which I have a story about. So once we get to this baseball talk,
okay.
I'm interested to see how you guys react to what I'm going to say.
We will get to that here in just a second. But before that, though, again, set your alarms, set your notifications. 1 o'clock, 1:05 technically tomorrow. A's shortstop Jason Williams. Jason Williams he plays baseball now.
Jason Wilson.
Jacob Wilson is going to join us here on Sacktown Sports tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But right now, we have a Valentine's Day giveaway for you. Yeah,
hearts.
Love is in the air.
Hearts.
Matt and Kayla, both of us. I
am wearing red today.
You are. You're very Valentine-y.
Well, you also had red yesterday.
Oh, it's a theme.
I'm wearing Kings gear.
That's not surprising.
The painful love of my life.
You're literally living in it.
Hey, man, I can be myself again.
Living in the pain. That's
true.
true.
Be myself again.
True.
Matt and Kayla, that's us, want to make your Valentine's Day special with a chance to win a $50 gift card to Madison Avenue Florist for the perfect Valentine's Day bouquet. But wait, there's more. You'll also win a gift card for a dinner for two from Roosters on the River. We are looking for lucky caller number 2 at 916-339-1140. That's caller number 2 to win this Valentine's Day bundle from Matt and Kayla. Again, caller number 2 at 916-339-1140. Win Valentine's Day, and if you have nobody to take to dinner, I'm available. Just have to talk to my wife. And if you have nobody to give the flowers to, Kayla will gladly accept them.
I will. I love flowers.
If Matt's wife says no, I'm volunteering Christopher Laud to go on dinner with them.
You have to run that by Chris.
Okay.
Nope, I'm volunteering it for him.
Oh,
wow.
He's on board.
Ooh, that might not go too well for you. All right, now I'm curious. Let's talk baseball. We're going to talk baseball a little bit, not for a super long time. Everyone's going, oh.
I know.
I'm excited about baseball season this year. Pitchers and catchers have reported. I saw videos from Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. That's in Mesa, Arizona, where the A's do their spring training.
What a name, by the way.
Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Love that stadium. I've been to spring training twice. It's awesome. It's such a wonderful time. And I saw videos of like Shea Langoliers taking BP and just hitting the you-know-what out the baseball. Love Shea, too. Hopefully he can come on the show one day. But I genuinely, Kayla, it's been a long time since I've been this excited about baseball season. And it's, of course, the A's have a big part in that because offensively.
And you are, by the way, you're an A's fan,
Diehard
right?
A's.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
Grew up a diehard fan of the A's. You weren't here for this, but I was very outspoken when I was working for ABC 10 when we found out the A's were going to be coming here and leaving Oakland. I was adamantly against it. Not because I didn't want the A's in my backyard, but because I am very much Team Oakland. And I think John Fisher is the worst owner in sports. And I think John Fisher is an abomination for the game and everything. But I don't blame the players for that.
Yeah, you can't, right?
It's not their fault.
No.
And the players on this A's team are extremely compelling, unbelievably fun to watch. And yes, regardless of my feelings towards it, to have A's baseball at Sutter Health Park is cool, but my heart still breaks for Oakland, who should be seeing Nick Kurtz hitting bombs in the Coliseum and Jacob Wilson signing a big-year contract. That stuff didn't happen when the A's were in Oakland, but the reality is it's happening now, and at least to some extent as an A's fan, it's cool to see, and the rawness and the newness of them playing in West Sacramento has kind of worn off. Hopefully it's not as much of a joke this season as it was last season because everybody poked fun at it. I'm just excited to see some really good baseball from the A's, and then down in the Bay, the Giants have the unfortunate privilege of being in the NL West with the Dodgers and the San Diego Padres, by the way. So that's a juggernaut of a division. But I think the Giants are extremely compelling this year, too.
You know, and it starts with their new manager, Tony Vitello. And I I feel like I can speak a little bit on what I feel he will bring to this organization.
Please.
But I don't know if that is going to translate to Major League Baseball. So Tony Vitello, and you've probably, if you're a Giants fan, you've done your research on him by now because he's your new manager. Pretty young, like obviously wasn't the most successful, college player, but his dad, he grew up around the game. Like his dad was a coach. He grew up with his dad. They're from the St. Louis area. Baseball runs through their blood. And he, really dipped into coaching right away and had just a way of connecting with his players. And he has this kind of like weird sense of, it's not a chip on his shoulder, but he likes to be like the bad boy of baseball. Like he likes his teams to be like the ones that nobody else likes. Like the Detroit Pistons of the NBA.
They want to be the villains.
They want to be the villains. That's who Tony Vitello is as a coach.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How does that translate in baseball? Is it the bat flips and showing up the pitcher, or is it the hard tags?
So,
how does that translate?
It's a great question because college baseball is very different from the MLB too, right? So I'm only telling you what I saw from him when he was at Tennessee. And by the way, had great success, won a College World Championship. Really, I saw like players come in there and just transform to what he wanted them to be. But that's, again, not MLB. But it was the bat flips. It was, they had the daddy hat and the fur coat, and they would get into things sometimes with the other teams.
Just being kind of unlikable.
They were unlikable. And I didn't like them because I'm a Vanderbilt girl, and I covered Vandy baseball with Tim Corbin, who is a GOAT. And so I never liked Tennessee, but I had to cover them and talk about them. But I respected, like, that's the persona he brought into Tennessee, and it worked. And they won a natty with it. But this is different. This is Major League Baseball. These are grown men.
Yep.
And I don't know if like all of that will work in the MLB. Obviously, he's not going to be doing bat flips and stuff, but he is bringing in the mentality of, we want to be the bad boys of baseball. We don't want people to like us. And that is what he's come into the Bay Area mindset-wise with. He talked yesterday for the first time. And it's like he wants them to be known as the team that you don't what with. And they're gonna have to find a way to create all of this and make it work. I feel he can do the job, but he can't be too gimmicky. He can't be that coach he gotta have it happen naturally if they want to do that.
Okay, so I have thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm
First
curious.
Off, he has some of the most likable characters on that roster.
Of course.
We have the Logan Webb connection here in Sacramento.
I
We
know.
love Logan because he's a super nice guy, first and foremost. Rockland alumni.
Yep.
Diehard Sacramento Kings fan. So we love Logan for multiple reasons here, but Logan is also just a good dude. Jung-Hoo Lee is loved. Super nice, super professional, super friendly. So I don't know how in the world you're going to get Jung-Hoo Lee to become a bad guy. Now, Rafael Devers, I could see you making him into a bad guy.
Sure.
And I personally am rooting so hard for his success and by proxy Buster Posey's success.
Yeah.
Because for what we just laid out, you're in division with the Dodgers. You cannot beat the Dodgers at their game. If there is this juggernaut that you, like, Shohei Ohtani is Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is also one of the most respectful players on the planet. Like, he is just the model of everything you want in an athlete. I love Shohei. Can't stand that he's on the Dodgers, but I love Shohei. You're not beating Shohei at his own game. And I'm not saying you throw a pitch at Shohei to try and hit him or anything like that, or throw behind him. We don't have to go that far to injure players or anything like that. But from a baseball standpoint, the only way you might be able to beat the Dodgers is by mentally getting in their heads a little bit.
Exactly.
So, listen, I think it would be unbelievably compelling to have this bad boys of baseball
By the way,
mindset.
I love the slogan, by the way.
Bad boys of baseball mindset in San Francisco that I 100% believe the fans would get behind. Now, fans, that doesn't mean you can be a jerk. And that doesn't mean you can start doing terrible things to other fans who are in the ballpark and acting like an idiot. Doesn't mean that. But us versus everybody, no one's going to mess with us, or it's us versus them, which is very much a Doug Christie mindset, by the way. That, I think, is very compelling.
Wow, even the Giants' mentality is worse than the Dodgers. They're worse at the us versus everyone thing than the Dodgers.
Well, the Dodgers just are pay to win, and the Dodgers are very easy to hate out of 1, jealousy, 2, spite, and 3, I think they're bad for the game. The Giants again are never going to beat them at that game. In some ways, like to your San Diego Padres, Kyle, you have a Fernando Tatis who is very much this compelling figure that has a little bit of that edge to him that some people have hated him for. And the traditionalists of baseball, if the Giants, they already hate this hire for the Giants. It's like, what the hell are you doing? You're bringing back Bruce Bochy and the same guys we've seen for 40 years. The traditionalists of baseball are not going to like this bat flip and showmanship and stuff that the Giants might bring to the table. But I'm very interested. I'm all for it. I love the idea.
We're here talking baseball in February, and we'll get to talk more of it in the summer. If anything, I want to be entertained if we're talking baseball. And I feel like Vitello will bring entertainment. Now, you got to win. Because this is Buster Posey, they're rolling the dice. They definitely are. Like, he has no MLB experience. He didn't even play in the MLB. What I will give Vitello credit for, though, is he has put together a staff that I feel is versatile in terms of the age. And I'm sorry, I am a huge Ron Washington fan. Like, anytime you can bring in Ron Washington to your staff, you are brilliant, because the man is,
we love Wash. He
just is baseball. Like, I know that he's had his things in the past, but like, having him on your staff makes you better.
Shout out Moneyball.
Yeah. And so I think it's going to be, if anything, guys, it's going to be, and gals, it's going to be entertaining to at least see how this all plays out.
Listen, I'm not predicting this, but if we're living in a movie in real time, a baseball movie in real time, or a baseball story in real time, this is how something that changes the game or transcends the game. This is the opening scenes. This is how it starts, by Buster Posey giving a guy a chance who comes in and faces adversity and tries to change the game in his own way. Again, he might try and it might fail, and it might end up costing Buster Posey his job and his legacy, and it might end up being a colossal failure. We don't know. But I like that you're doing something different. You're doing something new. You're taking a chance. At the very least, whether you're rooting for its downfall as a baseball traditionalist, or you're a Giants fan that just wants to see winning, and you're like, San Francisco is supposed to be up there with the Dodgers, not necessarily in payroll, although one would argue they should be.
I'm like, they kind of should be.
But up there in terms of competitiveness every year.
How about up there with everyone non-Dodgers?
Sure. Yeah. Like, the Giants should be a top dog in MLB consistently.
And had been.
Right.
At some point.
Well, a long time ago.
I know, but still.
One playoff appearance in 11 years. So.
But they were,
Hey, talk when you win something over there, Padre fan.
At least I've been to the playoffs in the last 10 years.
You've been? You were there?
I was.
Were you pitching or hitting?
I was pitching.
I was.
He's got a pitcher frame.
Right?
He's got a pitcher body for sure.
I do not. I was shortstop, but my
no way.
That's like the least position I would peg you for.
That is the most talented position.
I'm just talking about because your length, man. Like,
maybe that's why I didn't make it past JV baseball. But to your point, my brother was an all-city pitcher, so you are correct. In terms of frame.
Well, okay.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I did go to the Padres when they beat the Dodgers in the playoffs years ago. That was fun.
Woo.
Yeah, that would be a cool scene, by the way.
Unlike the Giants, am I right?
Such a rivalry.
That was a fun bad blood rivalry too.
Your two agents, so he just simply says it. Who has the better record this year, A's or the Giants?
Oh, I think the A's do.
Yeah.
I think the A's do. I don't think the Giants are going to be fantastic by any means.
Well, the Giants are going to go 81-81. So how do you feel about the A's?
I think the A's will be above 500. I don't think they're winning their division. I think they will be a wild card team. Yeah. I don't think they're winning their division because I think Seattle is special. But I think the A's. You're welcome. We're gonna fight over the summer.
We might fight over, and that's gonna be hard because I love going to baseball games.
And I'm gonna lose, but we're gonna fight.
Yeah.
If the A's are actually good, then it's gonna get annoying.
I know, right?
I think it's gonna get annoying.
Well, because then you're going to actually have something to fight, the Mariners and A's for the division.
Why would that be annoying? That'd be fun. Everyone says we get along too much. We got to fight about something.
I know. And we got to be brother and sister somehow.
Yeah, we got to fight about something. Although I'm not physically fighting you because
you don't want to.
You've scared me. But I do think the A's are going to put pressure on Seattle. I think Seattle will win the division by probably a handful of games, but I think the A's will be right there. And the Texas Rangers probably should be too.
Yeah,
we can all agree that we hope the Houston Astros are at the bottom.
I'm not ready to kill them.
We can
yet.
agree on that. I cannot stand
Houston. I think the AL West is going to be a compelling division at the very least. I think the Mariners are the best team. They've proven they're the best team, but they're not leaps and bounds above anybody else. So I think it will be a compelling division. I think the A's offense, let's put it this way, if the A's are making the playoffs, their offense is top 5 in the league, and their pitching just has to tread freaking water.
It's the pitching.
Just tread water.
Yep.
And the A's, you take away, and it's like, you take away the bad part. There was 1 month, and it was May, I think. The month of May last year for the A's was tragic, where they barely won in that entire month.
That's what they put themselves out of.
Yes.
That's when they put themselves out of contention.
The rest of the season, they were really.
I know.
They were fine.
Yeah.
And the second half of the season, for the second straight year, they were really good.
Really good.
So
it's that month of it, though.
Avoid the slow start.
Yeah.
Avoid that collapse of a month. Of course, Nick wasn't really playing during that month.
It's a good point.
Very much. He joined, I think, midway through that month, if I'm not mistaken, or around that.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I do think the A's are going to be a better team record-wise than the Giants. That's not throwing shade or anything like that. I just think the A's are ready to take that leap, whereas the Giants are still figuring things out. I think the Giants will be middle of the pack in their division, might have a chance to sneak into the wild card barely, maybe.
Yeah.
That's where I expect them to be at this point. But if you were to tell me it's the other way around, wouldn't shock me.
No.
To answer your question, Kayla, I'm going to lean towards the Giants have a better record. Because with the A's, one, it's like, I'll believe it when I see it type of situation. But two, even if the A's do start off good, they've proven in their time in Sacramento, they don't actually care about whether they're good or not this year.
I disagree with that now.
The people in the organization, sure, want to win. Yes, but there's been a directive that they are going to be good when they get to Las Vegas.
So you're saying they're tanking, Kyle.
I'm not saying they're tanking. I'm saying that it is less important to them to be good in Sacramento than it is to be good in Las Vegas. Case in point, they traded Mason Miller, of the only 4 players that was worth a damn last year, because they expressly said we are trying to get good when we get to Las Vegas.
Mark just said that in the FNM. We need this. We need this chat sponsored.
It's
because
the Sac
I
chat.
keep going. No, we need it sponsored, like by somebody.
She's going to keep saying
because I keep going back to a sponsor that I had at my other place, and it's messing me up. In the YouTube chat, excuse me, I got very heated at myself. Mark said that exact same thing. He said, I hate to say it, but the A's are not going to get good until they go to Las Vegas.
They are gunning to be good when they get to Las Vegas. That is the goal.
I agree with that, but I wholeheartedly disagree about their approach to this season. I think the A's realize we caught lightning in the bottle last season in terms of some of these prospects who are ready to be good right now.
What are you going to stop them? Can't be good this year.
And the way they've paid guys is reflecting that. Like Jacob Wilson was way ahead of schedule. Brent Rooker is
They have paid guys.
really good. Shea Langoliers, they had to find an arbitration deal, but Shea Langoliers had a really, really good second half of the season last year. Was one of the best hitting catchers in baseball. Oh, yeah, and then you have this Nick Kurtz kid who's ready to compete with Aaron Judge right now for the best hitter in the American League, maybe the best hitter in baseball. So the A's, they want to be good when they get to Vegas for sure. But I believe wholeheartedly throughout that organization, the A's want to go into Las Vegas as a team that made the playoffs, not a team that's going to make the playoffs as soon as they get to Las Vegas. The A's want to win right now because of where they're at.
I think it's stupid if you just wait just because you're in Sacramento right
now. The
A's
also traded Mason Miller, and I did not like the trade at the time, but the A's also traded Mason Miller because one hand, that season wasn't going anywhere. It was already lost. And two, they got one of the top prospects from San Diego, a shortstop who they're really excited about.
The point with the Miller trade is like, look, Mason Miller is right now prime Craig Kimbrell, right? He could go to the Hall of Fame. DeVries could be Lindor. Like, ignoring the trade itself, like the philosophy of the trade is we don't care about Mason Miller being in Sacramento because we organizationally want to make sure we're good when we get to Las Vegas. If we're good in Sacramento, great, nice.
Yes, but that's not what you said. You said they don't care about being good in Sacramento, which is not true.
Okay, yes, that part very specifically. It's not that they are working against trying to be good in Sacramento.
Right.
It's that it would be, okay, cool, but our main prerogative is to be good in 2028.
Yes.
Therefore, you got to really like put it out of the
They don't want to open a Las Vegas ballpark with a bad team. That's what Kyle's saying, and that's true. But what I adamantly disagree with is, we don't care how this season goes. Like, I'm not talking about from a GM standpoint. I'm not talking about from a player standpoint. Of course they want to be good right now. I'm thinking from an organizational standpoint, top to bottom. They want the A's to be compelling this year.
I don't think if you're the A's organization, you can't wait for any of that. Like, you want to get good and competitive as fast as you can.
And last year did not look good for this organization, period, with everything that's going on. So if they can change the narrative and focus on baseball again and have everybody is no longer talking about the ballpark that you play in. Everybody is talking about your first baseman.
And by the way, get that over it.
Yeah.
Get over
and
it, dude.
I think we're getting past it at this point. The jokes are now getting stale. It's getting old. It's whatever. The players are tired of talking about it. Everybody wants to talk about your first baseman.
Yeah.
You have a potential Hall of Famer who took the league by storm and played half the season last year. And you have a really damn good shortstop to boot, a power lineup that you have your own, you understand what I say when I say this. You have your own version of Murderer's Row that's growing in Sacramento, West Sacramento right now. Between 1 to 5, 1 to 6 in that lineup, you have to be concerned about. And then there's the Lawrence Butlers of the world who are on the outside of that, who are also still very good themselves, or I think are going to have bounce back seasons. So I think the A's are not just compelling here in Sacramento because they're here. I think the A's are going to have interest around the league because of that offense, and we know offense and pop sells tickets.
Well, yeah.
And the A's are arguably going to be amongst the top in terms of pop as a team this season, or they should be. If not, then something went wrong probably.
Yeah, it's just like you said, you cannot get off to that slow of a start, and you cannot have a full month of baseball where you don't win games. Like that's then playing catch up in baseball. We all know this if you watch the game. Like, it's the hardest thing to do to try to play catch up again. Yeah. And so you just got to make sure you either hold steady and kick it into gear at the end, or hold steady from the jump.
Right.
Well, and look, drinking the Kool-Aid with the A's is good. They have a very talented team that has a chance to be good. My point is just, when presented the opportunity last year, they made the Mason Miller trade, which philosophy-wise hurt Sacramento because you took away one of the 4 players that was actually worth a damn to go pay to see at that point. And if they are good this year and we get to the trade deadline, I don't expect they'll dip into their prospect pool to make the short-term acquisitions in order to be good right now. I'm cynical of that, but maybe I shouldn't be as cynical. That's part of the conversation.
I mean, I guess the cynicism is warranted based off of the history of the A's organization, but everything about this summer has suggested and it frustrates the hell out of me as an Oakland A's fan who watched years upon years upon years of my favorite player getting sold off at the first opportunity because they didn't want to pay him.
Yep.
We have seen nothing but the A's over the last year and some change pay players. Now, to be fair and to be transparent, they had to do that going into last season with Rooker and with Butler because they needed to reach a salary floor that allowed them to get their revenue share. And we know John Fisher operates this team to cash in on that sweet LA Dodgers revenue share.
Does.
That's what he does. I can separate the conversation of John Fisher is a god-awful, terrible owner that I hope never, ever succeeds ever in life. And then on the other side of it is the A's as a team, as a product, as players, and as an organization, because there are tons of good people in that organization. I want them to succeed, and I think they are ready to succeed right now. How they've operated is different from how they have in the past on the baseball side of things. And that's what I choose to focus on, because if I talk about or think about that man,
buddy,
I start itching.
You gotta keep your sanity in one of these 3 teams that you root for.
Well,
so,
I don't know about that. Sure as hell ain't going to be the Raiders, and it sure as hell ain't going to be the Kings. I'll tell you that much right now. Although maybe the draft.
Yeah, Fernando.
Kings and Jazz. Just wait till I tell you who's not playing in this game, because the list is long. But I think the Utah Jazz might be in a little teensy-beensy bit of trouble with the league. We'll talk about that as we reach the final half hour of the program before the Drive Guys take over. I'm Matt George. That's Kayla Anderson. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The President's Day Sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. And with your approved credit, get zero down, low finance rates, plus huge factory incentives on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford. Tell them Coach Christie sent you. See dealer for details.
Hagen Oaks knows you can buy a driver off the shelf anywhere, but Hagen Oaks is the only place where you'll find total game fitting. The Hagen Oaks TrackMan-powered player performance studio fits clubs to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Ball Fitter finds your optimum golf ball. The putter fitting studio makes you a better putter, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds your correct fit. In fact, Hagen Oaks will fit you from head to toe with equipment and apparel to make you the player you want to be. It's total game fitting, and it's only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Trust. It's the foundation of every business. With Better Business Bureau, you connect to a network of trusted partners who help you grow and improve your visibility. BBB accreditation signals to your customers that you value honesty and reliability. Show your commitment to integrity and excellence. Join a community that's dedicated to helping businesses thrive. Take the next step for your business. Join today. Visit bbb.org and discover how Better Business Bureau can help your business thrive.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, John Party, and more. Line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. It's the perfect Valentine's gift. Surprise them with live country music and dancing. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center and Hilton Sacramento. For more info, visit CITPfest.com.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now during our President's Day sales event. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Come celebrate at Stockton Honda and get huge savings on our giant selection, plus top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Like jazz?
$100 if either of you know what that's a reference to.
I have no idea, but do you
like jazz?
Do you know who doesn't like jazz right now? The NBA.
Oh, what a transition.
Ooh, the NBA is not too happy with
Great
them,
segue, Matt.
them jazzy boys.
No,
because
they
the
are
Jazz made the move of the deadline, I would say, by acquiring one Jaren Jackson Jr.
Which I liked.
I loved the move for them.
Yeah.
They're moving in a clear winning direction. A great pickup for them.
Sure.
Except they acquired him and are now going, well, but we still want to lose this year.
Right.
For your Sacramento Kings tonight, Keegan Murray out with an ankle. Zach LaVine is missing his third straight game.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say his third finger.
No, yeah, he's missing his third. At this point, that
His
fifth
middle
finger
finger's just gone.
Well, no, it's the fifth finger. That fifth finger better be like hanging on by a thread. You're missing 3 NBA games because your pinky hurts.
And that's your pinky, right? Yeah.
Like, come on, NBA. Come on, Kings. Come on, Zach. Hurt something else. Stub your toe.
Hurt your sixth finger at least.
Wake up with your, if you're, what?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Wake up with your back hurting. Like the fact that your injury report has hurt fifth finger for multiple occasions is embarrassing.
So
Very weird.
I think the league might have called them because on the last injury report, it was listed fifth finger soreness, but today it's listed fifth finger tendon injury.
Oh, okay. So
really,
you strained your pinky. Doing what? Drinking tea?
I guess so.
What did you do?
I guess it was too.
Would you go to a Sac State game and put your stinger too far up?
His pinky was too stiff.
Wow. Okay. Having
that's
a pink.
what you do when you drink tea.
I know.
It's
Wow. Just then,
No,
am I
it's-
not
say
wrong?
It's saying your pinky
know.
is stiff.
Yeah, of course. You think I didn't think about that?
Just say hurt finger. You don't have to say fifth. The entire world knows that Zach LaVine's not playing basketball right now because his pinky hurts.
That's embarrassing.
What are we trying to do? I mean, we trying to just embarrass the poor dude?
I think so.
Did we conclude he didn't travel with the team either?
I guess not. I have no idea.
He was not on the bench. So
Like
I
Domantas
didn't-
Sabonis is out with back soreness. Come on.
Yeah.
What? No,
good.
Sabonis' knee injury.
And I get that too. Like
It
you
says
sit-
back soreness here.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. No, this is the knee load management.
Oh, so his back's
so
all
now
better.
it's knee?
Because it was back soreness for the last few games. So now his back's all better, but his knee hurts again. All right, cool.
I'm sorry. This is getting a little bit
Sure.
ridiculous.
It's because your knee hurts. Great.
Well, that's the meniscus load management.
Sure.
So
Great.
he has back management now and
My back and my knee
load
hurts.
management.
Cool, whatever.
He's got tanking load management.
DeAndre Hunter has an excuse. He got scratched in the freaking eyeball.
Yeah, that's the one I actually vouched for.
Malik Monk is really sick right now. Get better well soon, Malik. And actually, Russell Westbrook's ankle makes sense. He was the new addition to this because he tweaked his ankle.
Yes, he did.
He tweaked his ankle in that in the loss in New Orleans because he was out of control.
I'm surprised he still played after that.
because it's probably not that bad. But the Kings are going, hey, take a night. Take a night, Russ.
Get off that ankle.
Just take a night. So that's the Kings injury report.
He did roll it kind of bad. I remember watching it.
He did, but he kept playing. But here's the thing. What I'm saying is if you get a bump or a bruise, the Kings are going to use, any of these veterans, the Kings are going to use every opportunity possible to go, he needs to rest because he has this little bump or bruise. Like Domantas Sabonis dominated the first half of that game versus Memphis. His back started hurting, and they've shut him down for 4 straight games.
But the
Or 3
Levine
straight
thing
games.
is unexplained.
Yeah, the Levine thing, his pinky hurts because they don't want him playing. Fine. On the Jazz side, Keontae George out with an ankle. Walker Kessler out with a shoulder. This is the one, though, that's like, uh-oh. Lauri Markkanen was initially listed as out for rest purposes. Today, he got upgraded to available,
Oh, funny.
meaning methinks the league probably called the Utah Jazz, who are in a little bit of hot water right now because of their not so ethical tanking.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They won.
Creative tank.
Creative tanking. We traded for a really good player and then are still not playing well.
And never considered putting him in the fourth quarter.
Right, never considered.
Exactly.
Lauri Markkanen is available. Methinks that the league probably gave Utah a call and went, no, Lauri Markkanen's going to play. You ain't doing this.
I think you might be right.
You ain't doing this. Apparently on ESPN today, Brian Windhorst spoke about Will Hardy's role in the Jazz tanking because there was a clip that came out a couple days ago of Will being asked why if he was considering having Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr. going back in the game in the fourth quarter, and he straight face, bluntly just said no, we weren't close to doing that. And I think that's Will's way of essentially saying this is what I'm being told to do.
Exactly.
Well, Brian Windhorst spoke on it on ESPN today.
What's happening with Utah now, the stakes are so high for Utah, and there's so mumuch tanking going on elsewhere. There's so much competition for tanking that they are now actively taking their players off the court. So Lauri Markkanen.
Sat for the fourth quarter.
Yeah. He had the other day he had 27 points in 27 minutes. They sat him on the bench, and then their coach, Will Hardy, stuck his hands in his pocket. Literally stuck his hands in his pockets and watched as his team gave up a 17-point lead, didn't even call a timeout. That's he knows the assignment. And by the way, before the season started, he was given a very lucrative contract extension. And when he signed it, he understood this is what I'm being paid to do. I'm being paid to do what the organization wants me to do.
Look,
we talk about hostages and volunteers all the time. At least this season, Mr. Will Hardy is a certified hostage, folks.
Look, Will understands the assignment. I don't blame Will at all for what's going on here. He knows, I think there's nobody more hungry to get to next season than Will Hardy because he goes, I've got a squad. I'm excited. We'll get through this god-awful look, and get hopefully a top lottery pick, add him to what we're doing here. But like the Utah Jazz are going to be one of the most compelling teams when next season starts, because when they're going for it finally and when basketball matters in Utah, I am very interested to see. Now, I'm not expecting that team to be up there with OKC and San Antonio necessarily right away, but that team is very compelling, and you got Will Hardy and a coach that's like, damn it, just let me, can I just do it now? Can we just try and win games now? Because I want to actually make use of this time. Will's doing what he's told to do. I understand why the Jazz are doing it and what the Jazz are doing, but it looks, no one is like, no one's fooled. Everybody knows what's going down.
Like, I get it, but it's just, it's not good. It doesn't look good. Yeah, and I think they've become the poster child right now for creative tanking, because they are kind of having to do what they have to do because of what the league is doing. Mm-hmm. And the teams, like they said, that are doing this and have been doing this, like, they're like, wait a second, we got to catch up now. Like, time for creative tanking to start.
Guys, can you imagine if they get AJ Debonsa?
Well, that's what's scary, and that's what's kind of unfair.
Him at the point, Ace Bailey at the 2, Markkanen at the 3, Jaren Jackson at the 4, Walker Kessler at the 5. Ooh.
Hence why they're doing this.
The Utah Jazz right now have the 6th best odds at 17-37. They're 2 losses, or technically a game back in the standings, behind the Brooklyn Nets, who have the best odds at the 5th pick. Mm-hmm. Utah has a 37.2% chance of moving up into the top 4, a 9% chance of winning the lottery outright. If they move up a spot, if they catch Brooklyn, I don't know if they're going to do it, but if they do catch Brooklyn, that jumps from 37.2% to 42.1%. So a 5% increase, essentially, of your chances in the top 4, which they're hoping top 4. I mean, they'll take what they can get in the top 4.
Sure.
And then a 9% jump to a 10.5% chance of winning the lottery. So it is absolutely in the interest of the Utah Jazz to win games as much as possible. And they have a pretty comfortable lead as of right now over the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks are 2.5 games back of them between the 6th and 7th spot. So the Jazz feel pretty good about where they're at. They probably are just looking at the opportunity to move up.
Well, I just did Tankathon, and they ended up with the 3rd overall pick.
Oh, well, we gotta build it up.
Well, I didn't do it yet because it wasn't for the Kings. I was doing that for the Jazz.
That was a Jazz Tankathon.
All right, here we go.
Well, Kayla also isn't supposed to do it anymore because she got the luck the one time.
With the 3rd overall pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings are on the clock.
After Peterson and Debonsa are gone.
Yeah.
The other part of the thing for the Jazz, though, that's important to note is that they're at 6 right now. If the ping pong balls fall in such a way that they drop to 9,
they lose a pick.
Pick goes bye-bye, and it goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, God.
A lot would have to happen for them to drop to 9, but we've certainly seen it before.
And Dallas has lost 8 in a row. They're coming for them. Milwaukee's coming for them. Chicago's coming for them.
Yeah.
By the way, TB in the YouTube chat, which we would love to have sponsored, by the way.
Oh, gross.
He says, that's fine. He wasn't saying that to me, I hope.
Different, just a different reason.
He's like, what is BYU doing to consistently have the number 1 overall pick? TB, they are paying a lot of money. A lot of money to the players.
I just did a sim just for the hell of it for my own sanity, and I wish I didn't. The Kings got the 2nd pick. That's cool.
Okay. That's good.
The LA Clippers moved all the way up to number 1, which means OKC gets the number 1 pick.
Okay.
Would they take Debonsa?
I think they'd probably take. I imagine they'd take Peterson.
I think so too.
Selling Peterson, LA.
It's 100% LA.
Yeah, I think Peterson.
And they're like,
Peterson
attitude.
Screams LA. Well, actually, he's going to OKC.
No, it'd be
OKC.
Oh yeah, OKC. I don't.
OKC probably would do Debonsa.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Who knows?
I mean, OKC should trade the pick, but still.
In this sim, Utah fell to 8, but they still keep their pick in 8. So neat. All right. Oh, San Antonio jumped all the way up to 3 because they get Atlanta's pick. So that's fun.
Fun.
Kings are in a sandwich of the 2 best teams in the West. Neat. If this happens in real life, at least the Kings get the number 2 overall
All right, well, let's
pick.
try it again.
With
either of you.
Let's see who's better.
All right, go for it.
Mine's not better.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I thought you were doing it.
No, I'm not doing it. I lost my privileges. What was yours?
5th overall.
All right. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have done. You should have
I
kept
should have just kept it at 1 the first time I ever did the same.
All right, I got it this time. Let's see how it goes. And they fell to 5.
Yeah, it's for sure 5.
See.
the more we do it, the worse it gets.
I know.
If you do a lot of Tankathon sims, you'll be very, very disappointed at how many times the Kings fall to 5. The last podcast I did, I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I saw it. You did it like 6-7 times.
I said I'm not starting this podcast until
you get the number
I
one.
get the number 1 overall pick, and it took like I think 8.
Was it 8? I knew it took a while.
Before the Kings got number 1 overall.
Wow, I've done it 4 times. They've fallen to 5 every time.
Yep, I'm telling you, this is Tankathon. Tankathon is made to make the Kings.
But that's the thing. 14% means you have a 1 in 7 chance.
Yep, and it's basically a coin flip that they're either going to be top 4 or they're going to be 5th. So,
woof.
Can't wait for draft lottery day. I'm going to be definitely mentally stable and very confident and very happy that day. That's for sure.
By the way, I just did this. By the way, the Kings have been going to 3. It's a lot since I've done this.
Hey, finally got number 1.
But 3 is better than 5, but 3 would still be sad.
But New Orleans got the number 1 pick with that going to Atlanta.
Yeah, well. Have fun, Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kings, Utah Jazz tonight. Just throw it out there. Are the Kings winning 14 straight? Or sorry, losing.
Whoa, Matt.
In the dreamiest of
now,
dreams.
Matty.
Listen. Hey, let me manifest.
Hey, now.
The Kings aren't on a 13-game losing streak. They're on a 13-game win streak. In my mind,
He's manifesting this.
In my
He's
mind,
in yoga already
the
with.
Kings are the number 1 seed.
What do you guys think the spread is tonight?
Ooh. 7.
-7. Utah's -7. I'll say -8.5 Utah.
All right, let's pull it up here real quick. It is currently. All right, it's taking a second to pull up. 5.5 for Utah.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Well, I think they're giving a little too much love to the Kings there, based on how last
Well,
game went.
Markkanen's gonna sit. Allegedly.
No, he's not. He's going to play. He's going to play. He's been putting it in rest means that's what he was initially listed out for.
Yeah, but we know what they're doing.
No, Markkanen will play. I think the league will crack down hard if Markkanen does not play, but I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. Well, when we come back, the drive guys, I'm looking at one of them, Whitey. He's on his phone. Not even listening to the show.
Whitey is always way
Just
on time.
Tuned out. Whitey likes to sit there on the other side of the glass so I can see him, but not pay any attention to me. It's like just disappointed dad.
He's not going to give you.
I'm just here so I don't get
fined. Give you the satisfaction.
Well, at least he's here. Alan, who knows? The drive guys, join us next for a little crosstalk to wrap up the show. It's Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Tax
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. What if the greatest player on the court wasn't who you expected? This February, experience heart, hustle, and a whole new kind of hero in Sony's GOAT, the animated sports adventure for the whole family. Only in theaters February 13th, rated PG.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, February 14th in Sacramento. Large framing and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Join Sacktown Sports downtown before every Kings game and pick up an In-Shape Fitness Kings Rally towel while supplies last. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Not like us.
Matt and Kayla on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Wait, is there meaning behind this, Kyle? They not like us.
Yeah.
Cool. He said, yeah.
I mean, it's
no context.
Last year, we played this every year for King's Game Day, or every King's Game Day, and then it got annoying for Alan.
It's been annoying for everyone.
Okay.
Just because I think we should bring up more often the fact that a Sacramento King was in the most popular music video of 2024.
We should bring it up more often?
Yes, more often. They should play it more. Well, last year they should have played it more, and they don't talk enough about how cool it is that DeRozan was in that music video.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, that's like super cool that he was in the Not Like Us video.
Spoken like someone who is not in the Golden One Center then, because they played it every day, every game, 17 times. Every warm-up was just Kendrick. DeMar, I'm pretty sure, got sick of the song, and he was in it. Well, in the music video.
Well, he's also in it. They reference him.
Whitey Gleason.
In the studio, Whitey, Alan.
We're here. Yeah.
Let me turn that off.
Alan just learned a thing that is going to be content now, or do you want to save it for the show?
Well, yeah, we were on this weeks ago.
On it. They were on it.
We were on this weeks ago.
Deeply plugged into San Antonio.
Of course, Alan was on it.
Yep.
No, we did talk. You know, I had conversations. I wasn't sure that they would go the release route. You know, he's sitting there. I was watching, I think just last night when it was Spurs Lakers. He's sitting at the front of the bench.
Talking about Jeremy Sohan, by the way.
Yeah, sitting at the front of the bench, and I thought, okay, you know, maybe they're trying something. I didn't see him in the game, but, you know, he was very active on the bench, and now this comes out, you know, a little bit ago that Spurs are going to release him. This is not what we typically see. I know we just saw it with Cam Thomas, but I believe he is or was going to be a restricted free agent. But I guess and this is what we'll talk about on the show, Whitey, I guess I'm not sure if he signs now, does it matter? Is the whole restricted free agency thing done? I mean, nobody is going to sign him now to a real contract.
Well, if the Spurs released him, I don't think he's under the terms of the previous deal.
No, I know that, but he's not. Nobody's going to sign him to a 4-year deal right now. So
right.
I guess he's just getting a head start on the summer.
And he's got interested suitors, which is always a bad thing when the Kings want a guy and other teams want him too. But we'll see, right?
Yeah. Well, I know. Right? Yeah, there's interest. There's interest.
You might have a team go out and just take a flyer and do it basically a tryout and then go for something bigger during the offseason as well.
There's a team I can think of.
Well, Alan, I just want to turn the mic over to Alan because what else have you
Alan,
been telling us? What else?
Didn't you have a donut right before this too?
Yeah, so I'm geeked up. I actually had the apple fritter one downstairs. Just a little cut. Just a little cut.
Nice plate, Alan.
That sounds like me. I always take a little cut.
Just
but
a little cut.
Of every one.
Just that one, and I had the sugar one
Right.
because, Kyle asked me to. Kyle
very nice
brought
of
in the
you.
donuts, so,
He said you better have
He
one.
said, Alan, please have one, so.
Yeah, I got shown up by sales because I brought in like this nice little box, and then they came in with the big one and the fancy donuts. I got shown up today.
Same place, too, by the way.
Question I wanted to ask you specifically. Have you, at any point, been involved in any sort of play, like theatrical production?
Oh, yeah. We wanted to know this.
What do you think?
Yes.
I think I said I think you would have been really, really good at it and all about it, but I don't know if you did it because you were big jock guy.
Yeah, I did not last, but I was in plays in, grade school?
Yeah, that doesn't count. That's like mandatory.
I was in
for
Angels
everybody.
Aware. Angels Aware was a great play. Shout out St. Francis. And then we did Wizard of Oz. And then when we got to
That's what I said!
But that was just to make fun of him.
I said, no, it wasn't!
Well,
I said, I thought you were Wizard of Oz!
Yeah, as a munchkin.
I did not say that!
It was
implied.
It was heavily implied.
I think he's short.
I know you didn't.
It was.
I know you didn't.
What did you play in Wizard of Oz?
I was just background. I was just background.
Were you the shrub?
In what specific scene?
I was the shrub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember. I have to ask my
now.
mom.
The background, like
Well, it
an
should be. You can get
ensemble
a lot
member of a particular village that Dorothy
No.
finds herself. No.
And then once we got to high school, I stopped. I didn't do theater, but I was in chorus, and then I was in concert choir, and then I was in an a cappella group
We're
in
learning
concert
a
choir.
lot about
Because
Alan.
Alan's very performative.
I
so
know.
It doesn't surprise me.
Then I got kicked out of a cappella group.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only
Because I
bad
couldn't
boy
make
on
it
the
to
station.
I couldn't make it to the practices because of baseball. So they said, "Hey, you keep on missing a cappella."
Great.
So I couldn't hang out with the cool guys
Yep.
in a cappella.
Well, Whitey is
See?
very musically gifted,
Mm-hmm.
but Whitey, were you a theatrical? Like I said, very musically gifted. Were you in any theatrical production?
Just grade school, Midsummer Night's Dream, stuff like that.
In grade school?
And that was
Yeah.
only like 2 years after the play had come out.
Okay.
That's not right.
That's mean.
That's not right.
I was going to say it's just that was 2 years
Kids
ago.
did Shakespeare in grade school?
Probably an advanced program or something. I don't know, man.
See?
I don't know.
That sounds about
But
right.
again, it was
Skip the
like
grade.
Shakespeare was still alive at that point,
Hey, you're going back to the well one time too many, partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the mean
right.
one.
Right.
Kyle's the mean one. On
I
our
know
show.
that.
Well,
Kayla just has violent tendencies. Kyle's the mean one. Kayla told me that if I ever ran the marathon at Disneyland, when you can actually run through, and if you get tired and frustrated because you're tired, just punch one of the mascots. That's what she said. That's her advice. So if you get tired, just punch someone.
I mean, look, I've done it before.
All right.
I'm feeling that double dutch again.
We completely derailed the start of the show because initially we were talking about like murder mystery parties and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, I
Like,
heard.
Some
It's
people
cool.
are super into like these. You can.
Oh boy, I heard every word.
Yeah, you
That's
can
right.
solve cases
Goofy?
at home, and we essentially. I don't know how we got here, but if Disney were to do a like murder mystery at the Disneyland
Yeah,
park, like you have
it'd
to
be
find
cool.
out which character killed Mickey. I'm
With
in.
what weapon? Like
Sure.
where?
Are you doing it?
Yeah,
Donald Dunk is way too obvious.
That's awesome.
He's way too obvious. Donald didn't do it. Wow, Alan's really good at voices.
I'm dying over here.
not me.
See what you know? You haven't heard Alan and the duck voice at the same time, so I don't like this.
Can we get dead Mickey?
I'm still here, guys. I'm okay.
Lying in a pool of my own blood.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Alan. All right, that is Alan Stiles.
Sohan talk coming up.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
a lot more.
Lots of Jeremy Sohan. Alan knew it first before everybody, and he'll
The
tell
whole
you
show
about
and
it.
Donald.
He'll tell you about it with Donald Dunk, as I was calling him. Donald Dunk and Know It All Alan Stiles, the Drive Guys, coming up next on Sacktown Sports.
I know you like Harry Potter.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety